Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we got Smackdown and Rampage on tap tonight. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe. And, folks, it's going to be a fun one on the eve of SummerSlam. We are going to get into all of it. We will see what happens. 2 title matches on the docket and so much more. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your Feel Good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anyone else out there. And we are back at it again on a Friday, bringing you WWE Smackdown, AEW Rampage, as we head into SummerSlam tomorrow night. We will be live 5 p.m. going early, folks. So make sure you click that little bell, but get in the chat, click all the buttons. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind, as we will be the live reaction to all the action, your alternative commentary. For the next 3+ hours, we are here and ready to go. Lots to talk about, lots to get into, but I will remind you, I am Mr. Everynight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, my guy, thankfully no one got suspended or anything like that. We could be here.
Right, no suspensions. We're all here. We're all here.
No country walls, no none of that.
No backstage issues.
Right. But yeah, we've got Friday Night Smackdown kicking off. Feel Good Friday. Like you said, 2 tag title matches as we roll into SummerSlam. You had the kickoff earlier, already getting people hyped up for SummerSlam, which we were even talking last night, stacking up to be a fucking phenomenal show.
Yeah, it should be a very interesting one. Lots of intrigue. I thought Raw did a pretty good job this week of kind of setting the tone for the week, kind of dialing in a lot of what we're getting coming from SummerSlam. So tonight, I expect no difference. There's a poll up right now, folks. If you are watching the channel, there is a poll that it's a rumor going around. So I thought I'd ask the chat: is Jimmy Uso returning tonight?
I would like to think so. I know this is going to sound like, well, you're going to say that every SmackDown, but this especially it would just play a nice neat little note of right before Roman comes back, we assume on Saturday, since they officially made it officially the main event of Cody versus Solo. So now that's got the rumor mill for Roman on double time now. So you slide in Jimmy right beforehand, it might be a nice little touch. Now, granted, if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, because I think part of me's torn, and I don't think that we get Jimmy tonight. I think you hold Jimmy. If Jimmy's ready to go, great. But you hold Jimmy. I think Jimmy, again, it's like, it's like the Avengers, man. It's like any other movie where they're trying to like bring the friends together. First, there's one dude, and then that dude has to go find the next dude, and then that dude knows a dude, and then he knows a girl, and they put the power team together. Like, that to me, it starts with Roman and then everybody comes after.
Could you do it even if you say did it at SummerSlam of initially it's just Jimmy that comes out and it's kind of they laugh him off because it's just Jimmy, it's just you. They sent you to come and take us out when we destroyed you just packing with just Solo before, and then Roman comes out.
Well, there is an idea going around, and we've debated, we were here last night for longer than anticipated because of things like this, where we're just fantasy booking it. Like, there is potentially a moment where, could you imagine Jimmy, Jay, maybe Sammy or Hikuleo being the third, and then Roman, and all 4 of them are standing on the apron, one on each side, very, that style, and Bloodline 2.0 is in the middle of the ring. And the old school Bloodline is on the outside of the ring, and we that's happening at the end of SummerSlam, and we're all, on the edge of our seats waiting to see this.
That would be insane. Granted, I think if you add in Hikuleo, then it doesn't feel old; it feels It feels like that's more towards where Roman's got to go and search and find people.
Yeah, I just threw Hikuleo in there.
No, that's fine. Well, Zilla's been floating around in Cleveland as well. So now the rumor mill is going with that he's going to show up on Saturday.
Yeah, I feel like Zilla was trolling a little page out of Matt Cardona's book, but again, you never know. We don't know what branch they're going to, or what part of the Samoan family tree are they going to pluck next. So again, there's rumors about Lance. Lance has been the longest rumored of all of them. Rumors about Hikuleo has signed. We've seen that story recycled a couple times. Zilla now being rumored. Now they're talking about the youngest of the Usos that is out there starting to, get into it. So again, dude, there is so many options. And again, even ignore ignore all the Usos. You have the honorary Us who potentially could be involved in this. So again, I still at some point think there might get a moment where you have the Bloodline in the ring and you have the new, like the OG Bloodline, surrounding the ring. I think it's a cool visual that way.
Is it still crazy to think though that we're now at least 2 years into the Bloodline saga?
Yeah,
and you can still fantasy book the bejesus out of it. It's like you said, it's like the MCU. Roman's Thanos showing back up here. Now, where do we go from there? You can still go 18 different ways with this, and they're all still great. They all still sound entertaining.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like, I mean, again, I think in this time, and I mean, in a lot of regards, and we even talked about it a little bit earlier this afternoon at the kickoff show, which was pretty interesting. You have that, like, this crazy intangible right now of there's options, but you can't really, like, unless you do something drastic, which we don't expect you to. There's a lot of avenues and there's a lot of meat on the bone that you can go in multiple directions. Jimmy could show up tonight to cost the tag titles. Jimmy and Roman could, like, Jimmy shows up again tomorrow and you're like, oh, Jimmy's here to save Cody. And then Jimmy's unsuccessful, like you said, and then Roman shows up. We could have the Paul Heyman moment that I want. Like, there's so many options here. I don't know.
And it's just the longevity, though, too, of this is now, like I said, a 2-year long storyline and still hits, still slaps.
Yeah, I think for the people out there that are kind of like poo-pooed it or kind of like, the bloodline, you have to understand how successful this has been. Like, this is the closest to like an old school rivalry, an old school storytelling that we've gotten from modern wrestling. Of it's been going for 2+ years. All the way back, and you think of everything that's happened, and even now people are like, well, Roman's coming back, got to be in the main event. When Roman comes back, they got to make sure he doesn't outshine other people, and it's like he still has that standing.
Oh, absolutely. Roman Reigns has truly evolved himself to that GOAT status. But switching gears slightly, do we also just kind of want something like a Jimmy to really boost up SmackDown? Because we've talked about this now, that SmackDown's kind of lost its sheen, lost its luster a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little weird that it's, I don't know why. Like, ultimately all we lost was Roman, but again, is that a testament to Roman and Paul and the Bloodline?
Okay.
And it's more intriguing that, when Cody's trying to fight Roman or KO's trying to fight Roman, it's more exciting than when KO's trying to fight Solo, just by the nature of who Solo is at this point. That's valid. That's a fair argument. And Roman coming back into the mix, again, I think spices things up. I think it, again, now, if I said it this earlier today, Nick, imagine if your main storyline or one of the main storylines is Roman going after the Bloodline and trying to recreate the old Bloodline, and there's all these politics, and do they try and recruit, like, do they talk to like the Tongas and try and change their mind? Or, and then while that's all going on, you have Cody, Randy potentially, or a KO, Fatu, Jacob, thank you. You have all this potential where now you're really getting a depth to that card.
Well, and to the main event scene now, because that's the thing, is if we've got Roman going after the Bloodline, what do you do with Cody? Because Cody, I would rather see Cody versus Randy than I want to see Cody go right back to like a Cody Roman again or anything.
Yeah, and I don't think so. I think ultimately the bigger story here, Nick, is that, eventually we are going to get the justified fan-supported Roman versus Rock. And And I think, I don't think you need to build towards Cody and Roman or Cody and one of the members of the Bloodline at WrestleMania. I think it really could be built into, someone surprising, or like a Randy Orton or a Kevin Owens, or like somebody that he has history with. There's other stories to tell, and I think it's a good. You kind of finish that story, and I think tomorrow there's going to be a bit of a crossover in the sequel, but we need to continue to move on and progress. And I think Randy Orton,
they pass each other like ships in the night. Roman's going this way and Cody's going that way.
Yeah, like I think part of me believes that and I think you and I agree on this, is that there's a high potential, especially now that Cody's all by himself, that Roman attempting to get his hands on Solo indirectly helps Cody. Cody going after Solo indirectly helps Roman. So there's still that kind of play. But I think ultimately the story they're going to tell in the short term anyway is Roman and his bloodline regaining his head of the table spot. Rock, how does he tie into it? Blah, blah, blah. Cody moving on to something else makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, this is Roman helping Cody is, Billy Butcher helping Homelander and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's two opposite sides of the same coin a little bit. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Absolutely. Like I hate you, but I hate them more. So
exactly.
Let's go.
And I do really like the idea. I think we've talked about, I know you probably pitched it first, to where Rock's the overarching, he's the Darth Sidious, he's the emperor behind, Darth Vader here of Solo.
Yeah, I still think Rock wants to, and based on the documentary that we were in, by the way, shameless self-pop there, or self-plug. But I think there's a great opportunity here for where was it going with that? What did you ask me?
I was asking to where Rock was the overarching tribal chief.
My self-pop threw me off. No, that's the thing, is I still think Rock wants to really run that new character that he's found, that he's no longer the Rock, he's on the board, he's the final boss. Like, I think he wants more of that. I think everyone realizes there's legs with that, and he can lean into the fact that he has executive power and
You're gonna get the head of the table versus the head of the board.
Yeah, let's go.
That's probably gonna be their goddamn tagline.
That I wouldn't surprise me. You heard it here first, folks, as always.
Right. But should we talk to the people? We've been going on for
if you want to take the lead on that and start saying hello to the folks.
I'll go up to the top here. We got Anna, always early. She was in here at 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, Anna.
Damien, what up? Can we see face-to-face between Cody and Solo tonight? I think we'll probably get something to that effect.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Cody kicks off the show tonight and then gets confronted.
Yeah, and the men's tag match main events.
Or I think so. It'd be very interesting if it's in that main event spot. It's going to keep people guessing all the way to the end whether or not somebody shows.
Right. Well, and especially even if it's just Cody or somebody comes out and costs, Jacob and them.
Yeah.
Kevin, what up? Clay, what up? Can't wait for tomorrow. Eric Tate, what up? Boss is just excited for me, I guess.
Yes.
Despop. 420 Daydreamer. He's not Roman. He's just Joe. No, that's just Joe over in Samoa there.
Joe's in the other one, but he's out too. He got driven through a wall by NASA.
Right. It came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, Samoan ball.
And 420 letting everybody know, if you don't want to miss a beat, if you don't want to hear any syllables, any emphases that come out of our beautiful mouse here, make sure you hit that notification, hit that subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see, we're at what, 5.42 right now, I want to say. Let's see if we can get to 5.5K by the end of SummerSlam.
Let's go. And I want to see triple digits in this chat tonight. So take this link, share it anywhere you talk about wrestling, Facebook, Reddit, social media, anywhere that you talk about wrestling. Let the world know about the best live streams going, the live streams that others just keep trying to be like. Be a friend, tell a friend for sure. And we are rolling. We just blew past 5.4K. We want to get to 6K. We're getting tattoos at 10K. So let's go.
Lord. Right. Forgot about that, but I'm still down with it.
Give me another reason to get more ink. Let's go.
Seriously, I've been needing a good reason. Jeremy, I would like to see Roman Reigns come back tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. No, if he's going to come back, you save that for SummerSlam. You don't do that on a SmackDown.
Yeah, no. I mean, not on the eve. And I know some people we're funny as wrestling fans because I know we had this debate a little bit about Ospreay and MJF being on free TV. You know, the idea of like, oh, they have a pay-per-view tomorrow. Why don't they just put the 2 tag title matches on the pay-per-view? And it's like, well, A, people think SmackDown's sucking lately, so a couple tag matches might not be a bad idea. Right. And B, we feel like sometimes they shove too much into the show. So you get a nice solid 3.5 hours, 7-match pay-per-view instead of a 9-match, 5.5 hour, 5-hour pay-per-view. That feels like a dredge.
But I think WWE's been better with their pacing, even if they added another match or two, because does SummerSlam, they added 2 more matches from, say, a Backlash. Does that makes it feel like a SummerSlam of big time, one of the big 4 pay-per-views of we've got 7 matches instead of 5. So it's big time now. Yeah, I get your point, but you could add 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, again, but I would rather have 7 matches that all get a comfortable amount of time, especially with all this story that you're trying to tell.
Valid.
So they get, we get DIY versus the Bloodline tomorrow in the pre-show, and you get an 8-minute match, title change or not. They get a quickie, right? Like, or a 12-minute match,
right?
And you cut down on, maybe Cody and Solo are going to go 25 minutes plus the extra stuff plus the storyline. But now we're going to cut that to 18 minutes. And we've seen this with other shows of like, you either go for like 6 hours or you find a way to shorten the matches. But you don't want to rip off the matches. If these are payoffs, you want them to pay off in a way that matters. And I don't think everything should be on the pay-per-view.
I agree with that. And like you said, SmackDown needs a boost, needs some kicking the ass a little bit and everything. But I think that they could still pull off with pacing wise if they wouldn't have to pull away from too much of anything else on the show if they added another one. But I do get what you're saying of, especially with like Seth and Drew, you need that to let it breathe. You have Liv and Rhea, you need to let that breathe. So that's when you having not as many matches, you give that longer time to fluctuate in between and everything like that. You get the chance for the crowd to pop and then come back.
Yeah, and again, it's so it doesn't feel like, again, I think that if you're building strong rivalries, like Liv and Rhea should be a battle, like should be this back and forth. Cody and Solo I already talked about, Drew, Seth, and CM Punk. Like, I mean, if they don't go for an extended period of time, we're going to be a little bit bummed. So I do, and I get it. If you slipped another match into this and it was a little bit longer of a show, but clearly the new regime has decided like our shows are X amount of minutes and we're going to decide how much we can fit in those minutes, but we're not making the show longer. Like these are the B shows are this long, the A shows are this long. And even with Mania, like in and out, you get in and out 4.5 hours plus pre-shows. You're good to go.
We've talked about it of just the pacing of how they present their shows, of even with Monday Night Raw weekly. Part of why Raw has become the A show is because 3 hours no longer feels like 4.5 hours. It feels, if anything, more like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? I mean, again, like what a phenomenal job to have the ability to make that long show feel short. Like that's a testament to what you're accomplishing. Did we say hi to any of the people? Did we just?
We started and then we got derailed here. You left me the talker in charge of this too. So not a smart strategy. Bold strategy, Cotton. Hey, Jobson, what up? Trip, what up? Soffit, what up? Christian, what up? Here, I'll just rapid fire. MDB, Jordan, Dale, what up? Odds, what up? Roddy, what up? Kira, what up? Matt just keeps letting us know his name in case we couldn't see it. Rachel, what up? Eric, what up? Hey, buddies. Another Eric. We got Eric on Eric action. 3-part question.
Several Erics.
Yeah, we'll talk about that situation. We'll talk about suspensions probably later on, or a commercial break or Rampage.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to talk about that.
Right. Will SummerSlam have a big stage? So far, all I've seen of their stage is what we got a little bit, I think, on Raw, to where they were just kind of showing that they're going to have the typical outdoor setup that they usually have.
Yeah, and again, I think they've definitely put less emphasis on the stages, which I don't mind. I'd rather them sell more tickets.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a goddamn football arena. It's an NFL arena.
They'll fit something in there.
Yeah, you can put something big.
I'm hoping for like some big guitars, like keep this rock and roll theme going. They've done a really good job. Money in the Bank, Backlash, like really creating individualistic events specific to where they are as well.
Theming. They're good with theming. Exactly. I'm a sucker for good theming.
Nick is theming mad right now.
I am theming mad. Seriously, my guy. But yeah, they have it just like a big, like a concert fucking entranceway or anything like that, like a whole concert setup. That would be pretty dope.
Absolutely. What's up? No gyms. I don't know how far you made it. So
no, Brahma, what up? Denisha, what up? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Hey everyone, happy Friday.
What up?
Ronan, what up? Jules, what up? And I think we've actually gotten to the end, my guy. For now.
420, Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe, AJ's here. MDB, I think we got you. We got all the Erics. Christian Powers back in the house. Rachel, how you doing? So yeah, we are rolling along, folks. The channel, the chat is growing. Keep it up. Get in there. Let us know what's on your mind. What do you want to talk about? What is interesting? What is interested you as of late? As we are about 7 minutes away, 6.5 from the start of WWE Smackdown tonight, the go home show for SummerSlam. And I will remind everybody, back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Saturday shows are always crazy here on the channel. So we're going in for a marathon, and like no other, folks, we will be back at it again.
Right, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, we do also, in case we missed anybody, or if you just want to help support the channel or anything like that, sure, make sure your voice gets heard. We do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships as well. But do you think we can fit in about within 6 minutes here the suspension?
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it's a long topic. I mean, maybe because I don't know enough about it yet. Like, it's very hot off the press.
Yeah.
A random story. Don't know why it came out. Not sure where it came from. I know who's claiming source to it, but I don't know, who their source was. I don't know if it came directly from Britt or somebody else. It's just so random. And I said this earlier today, Nick, when I was on, again, we're talking about WWE is going to Vancouver. Oh, they signed a deal here. They might be going to London, SummerSlam. And I just, AEW is on this run in 2024. Literally, I think if you sat down and put out the headline articles that were a big deal for AEW, the negative side really outweighs the positives.
It's one step forward, two steps back. They had a great match with arguably match of the year, match of the fucking decade to some people and everything like that with MJF and Ospreay. And then it seems like it's regressed constantly. And it seems allegedly that match specifically was part of this issue, which for those who don't know and stay off Twitter, which God bless you, you're doing the Lord's work.
I did today for the most part. So yeah.
It's the devil's app, I say, but that's why it's marked with an X. But Britt Baker got suspended and had an HR complaint filed against her because she got allegedly involved in a backstage altercation with Alicia Tout, who's the significant other of MJF. Well, essentially, she was bad-mouthing MJF to Alicia or around Alicia. She told MJF, and MJF got in a huff and allegedly punched a wall. Some people are putting a false narrative that he went into the women's locker room and doing it. People are already spinning this story. Somehow CM Punk has been blamed for this and also has been, exonerated from having no guilt of being the backstage issue in AEW.
No, it's weird. I mean, again, first and foremost, does anybody know what Alicia does for AEW?
Backstage interviewer.
Have we seen her backstage interview much?
Not much.
I see Renee. Some when?
My guy, when respectfully, I'm a scarf carrying member of the MJF fan club, but I still sat there and said she was a Nepo hire.
Oh, she 100% is. And again, I don't recall her having a prominent role. I don't even understand what happened to cause the altercation between her and Britt. What went down?
So allegedly, it was Britt was complaining. I guess the rumor mill is saying that it was about how much time and everything that MJF and Ospreay got, because Britt had, I guess, also talked to Ospreay at some point after this. And the main issue wasn't between Alicia and Britt; it was between Britt and MJF. And Alicia was the carrier pigeon that let MJF know what was going on and everything, or what was said.
Okay. But I mean, again, everyone said that when CM Punk left, we stopped seeing issues like this. And I don't think we have. I mean, we had Sammy out on suspension. Now Britt, one of your biggest stars, is getting in an argument, or, again, it doesn't sound like the most professional environment. It sounds very high school. I think somebody in the chat said high school without a principal. Like the idea that, okay, a few people are kind of, oh, I can't believe they went long. They're going to cut my segment. Remember? And then, the girlfriend runs to the boyfriend and goes, and guess what I heard? And now you got an issue. And it's funny because, again, the altercation, whatever happened, Britt, to my knowledge, is the only one that received any type of punishment.
Well, A, I feel like if we're going off of this story, she allegedly caused it. And B, does it go to say that there's clearly no locker room leader there, especially in the women's locker room, because Britt has an alleged history of this as well.
Yes.
Just ask Thunder Rosa. So again, we've talked about this. It seems very much like the inmates run the asylum there a bit.
Yep. Yeah, we saw it with Lufisto. We saw it with Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
We saw it when they did like the behind the scenes stuff where like she wouldn't let go of the Thunder Rosa grudge. Again, it seems very unprofessional. And I think that's why you hear people like Ethan Page and Jade Cargill come out and say, like, holy shit, this company runs like a company. Can you believe
they actually know how to do things?
Can you believe this? How like organized, they know when you're trapped, like everything's hooked up. This is good shit. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm a little surprised, but again, it just feels like, especially around big moment, like big pay-per-views, there's something. I guess they're trying to build some momentum. There's always shit popping up that's not good.
There's snake bit or something, or like I said, it's one step forward, two steps back consistently.
It's the WWE PR people feeding them all their
rumors. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's the WWE bots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about 1 minute away from the start of SmackDown here tonight. Luca, good to see you. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Be a part of the Utopia. Be a part of the family. We are here all night long, folks. SmackDown, Rampage, setting up tomorrow's SummerSlam. We can't wait for it. We're looking forward to this one. I think one of the most anticipated pay-per-views of 2024, to be honest, based on everything going into this one.
Oh, yeah. The storylines, like we talked about it, I know I'm extremely, against, triple main events, but this pay-per-view could have a triple main event.
Yes. I think I'm getting... Okay, no, I haven't got it yet.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm getting Bob's Furniture, my guy, so don't be telling me you're getting the show already. We're going to be over to each other.
I did realize I was in the wrong place, but I figured it out. What's up, VHS? Welcome back. Boss with some love for Kevin. Yo, where's my love, bastard? Subscribe. Good choice. Be a friend, tell a friend. Get all your friends to come subscribe. Let's go. And shout out to Scott, who's in the building. Shout out to Scott Rizzo, who said hello, and I didn't say it back yet. These are like second grade kids tattletaling. It's crazy. And then everything leaks.
Step by step, because I'm Saved by the Bell.
I got Forever.
I got Then. So you're going to have to wait.
Yeah.
Now, Forever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are synced up. We think we're about to confirm. So if you want to watch along at the same pace we are, together. Oh, we are in sync, not just where you keep the dishes. Bye, everybody. But yeah, we are ready to roll, and it's going to be a fun one here tonight as we get a shot of the stadium.
It's still going to be crazy to see them do what?
Is it legit Cleveland Brown Stadium? It's not like...
Yes. That's why I was saying it's going to be insane. I was literally just about to say it's going to be insane to see them have a fucking PLE in an NFL stadium.
Only in Cleveland they can't get a sponsor for the stadium. Sorry.
Oh, I thought
Sorry,
you were
Brown.
saying of like they're actually holding it there. Not no, that it didn't have
No,
a
I
sponsor
knew where
yet.
it was. Like I knew it was in the football stadium, and everyone. Oh, we got the Prime-mobile up in the house.
Oh,
Up in the house. I ate my tongue on that
guy.
one. Who is this dude?
Just shaking hands and shaking more hands with Nick Aldis here.
Who are all these people?
I don't know. And who's mini Rey Mysterio there? That's Ronald Mysterio.
We found Ray's real son.
We found Ronald. Yeah, we found Ray's son.
Ronald Mysterious, as you say.
Ronald Mysterious in the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, packed house in Cleveland, Ohio tonight.
Right. But yes, real quick though, just Boston or Christ almighty, Blaze Trips. What up? Got me thinking Boston on the brain here. Adam, AW equals high school wrestling. Yeah, a wee bit.
It feels that way though, like the tattletaling and the like these childish beefs. Like, dude, it will always forever be like kind of that moment. Like I think when they do like the biopic of AEW, we'll go to that moment that the Young Bucks were too childish to do business with CM Punk as a big turning point.
Oh, absolutely. As we're getting Cody Rhodes kicking off the show here. And then, right, you called it. And then Sam Hunt answering your question there of supposed interview, but was hired to keep her beau happy.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like the same thing. We had one of the Bucks wives was in charge of merch for a year, and then that didn't go very well.
Their merch right now is trash. Like, folks, we got our own merch store. Make sure you click the link. It's in the link in the description and link in the channel and everything as well. Our merch is 10-fold times better than any shit from AEW, and we charge way fucking less.
It's true, folks. Go get yourself some Wrestling for Life merch today. Make sure you get yours while they're still hot. Bunch of new items just came out. Hats, bucket hats. Who likes a bucket hat? Want a mug? You want to sip some Wrestling for Life? Don't forget our Brunch with the Boys summer tour tees. Breaking down every Brunch with the Boys where we're going to do in this summer tour and all the other fun stuff we have at the merch store. Go check it out. Various colors, various sizes. Even get stuff for your child or your significant other.
And now is this where because you sounded very much like a Brian last read right there. So I'm like, now should we thank Brian and Jim Cornette for the podcast mark line of merch and everything like that?
I was hoping for oh my God, KJ, tell me more.
I don't want to interrupt your flow, my guy. You was spitting.
Bob's your uncle, Betty's your auntie. Go get yourself some merch today.
As Mama Big Nick always said.
Yeah, right. Champion Stardust. That's adorable. Stardust chants from J Boy. How you doing? Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline in my soul.
Stardust is on his way. J Boy really stuck on the Stardust vibe.
Stardust, baby.
What do you think about everyone saying two Rhodes are champions in 2024?
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, he got a belt. I mean, it is what it is.
He's more because he's with the Von Erichs. I'll say that.
No, okay. We'll save it for later because I have questions, and that's how I always approach AEW with questions instead of statements because my statements ruffle feathers.
They don't have answers though, so your questions become statements.
Oh, they do. How dare you ask that? Piece of shit, bro.
That's why we don't have the media pass. Anthony, what up?
We've not.
Right.
Maybe I'll get one for Vancouver.
I like this though. Billy Mays don't have nothing on KJ. Hi, KJ White here for the Wrestling for Life Network. So, is this line getting old? I mean, I know I got gimmicks.
Yeah. I mean, I think he plays around with it enough that it hasn't gotten old. Pause.
Yeah.
Like he mixes it up.
Who do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Oh, who do you want to talk to?
Talk to? What? That's weird. I would assume you, sir. You're the one in the ring with the microphone.
Why are you asking me? You showed up.
Right, you're the one that works here.
But right away, and I said it, I thought there'd be some type of, you had to have some type in-person interaction. So wasting no time.
Well, we talked about this before the show started. He's Morpheus in the fucking Matrix with that.
He really is. He just needs the glasses.
Right. I thought he almost had him on for a second, to be honest. But I think we both talked about this at the start of the show, or when we were live on the pre-show there, of you have this start the show, and then you have probably the tag match main event.
Solo walking out by himself.
Never trust a Samoan.
Solo is Solo, which is rare to say.
Now I feel like we need to clip in like the Roman, like Solo. It's so interesting how he's gone. Like Roman really carried himself in that whole kind of mob boss mentality type thing.
I like
Solo's very much done it in like even how he comes out, literally got the coat draped over the suit. This man, like I keep saying, is Suge Knight Solo or Suge Solo, not whatever. You got
it's
the
like
joke.
It's like you just pulled a Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm gonna say.
Right.
To me, it's very mob, like you said, that mob thing, but Solo feels like that enforcer that came into power, but never quite felt like the boss, the leader. Like you don't trust, like he's on shaky grounds, but he's for thinking it.
It's exactly like a mob movie. This is how, if this was like Casino or Goodfellas, this would be if Roman's Robert De Niro and Solo's Joe Pesci.
Yeah, 100%. So like, when the big boss goes to jail and then they get a guy stepping in, you're like, oh, we don't trust the crazy new guy.
Right. Oh, they try to do the acknowledge me. Oh, and instantly black.
Did you get black? I didn't get black. I did get somebody dressed as Ricky Vaughn. Shout out MDV.
Oh,
Rick Vaughn is in the crowd tonight, folks.
I kind of vaguely see him, but yeah, no, I just got darkness imprisoning me.
Solo sucks chance. We want Roman chance. Cody chance. The crowd is live and with it tonight.
Well, literally, this is on over less than 24 hours away from SummerSlam right now, my guy.
Fact. You know what irks me a little? How they have never had anyone heel or face ask Solo for like a favor mob boss style. Yeah, I mean, we haven't got there yet, JV.
No, he should not. This is Death Row Records. I want a skin picture. If someone can get me this and do this, make it in fan art, what have you, I will pay good money and I will frame it in my house. Of if it's Solo, Jacob, Tama, and Tonga doing the whole like Death Row Records, Vibe magazine cover shoot and everything like that, with all the black and the gold chains and all that.
You have nothing to lose.
Are you done?
Are you? I think Solo needs some love for how far, like, he is a solid promo.
From where he's gone to the enforcer that doesn't talk to now he's out here toe-to-toe with Cody Rhodes and isn't doing bad.
No.
Man's out here hitting him with the Tech 9 line of, is you good? Is you done? Because you cutting into your motherfucking time.
Yeah, like, I mean, honestly, though, like, and he really, again, he's got a bit of an attitude, a bit of a swag to him. It's not like he's just bumping out lines. He's got a cadence, and he, again, time with Roman, time with Paul has done nothing but help him.
Well, you nailed it on the head, I feel, of this is in any sort of mob, crime family, crime organization movie, what have you, anything like that, any sort of, controlling authority, to where it's the guy that, the upstart that took over just by brute force or what have you, because the guy that actually knew how to lead stepped aside or went away, what have you. So the guy that just rules with an iron fist, took over. So he's still got that kind of bounce, that, vibe to him, that energy that comes out.
Yeah, that almost arrogance, that unearned arrogance.
Yeah, well, that's why we talked about maybe he never has another wise man, because he feels like he's got it figured out.
Yeah, he's above that, above needing
that was a sign of weakness.
Ooh.
What did he just say?
Called him weak.
Oh, but that's funny. I was literally just talking about Solo viewing having a wise man as a sign of weakness, as he calls Cody weak.
Right?
I'm not weak. Yeah, so that's the thing, is you're seeing him of he's very much got that I can't be perceived as weak.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he play into the crowd.
Shut up.
Shut up.
He's not, no, even the little potluck and everything like that, he's got the same cadence as his brothers and everything. That's what it is. Yeah, you really thought he was going to come alone?
Oh, is he saying he wants a Bloodline rules match tomorrow? The cameraman getting the hell out.
I would. Why is
Tama here?
Why is Tama already coming out like he's, there ain't nothing wrong?
Oh, man.
I was going to say, is Tongaloa going to botch his fucking come out spot too?
He trips over the guardrail.
So can't see where he's going fully.
One eye Willie.
Right? But yeah, no, if you watched him, even right there, when he's telling the crowd, shut up, he's got the same bot mannerisms and everything as Jimmy and Jay. Oh, he's talking to his friends. Oh,
let me talk to your friends.
Hey, Cody X Bullet Club talking to 2X Bullet Club.
Not wrong. Jake got Fatu. You better be scared of him. What do you mean you're not?
Oh, yeah. Don't you say you ain't scared of him. I could fear for my life from around that man. I ain't scared of you either, you dumb son of a bitch.
Let's go. Cody ain't backing down from nobody.
No, I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
Big Cody chants in the building, folks. How you feeling about the start of SmackDown?
You want a Bloodline rules match tomorrow night, main eventing SummerSlam?
No way. Really?
It's probably not the smartest idea. No, Sherlock. He has a bloodline. You don't. He accepts.
There you go. I almost found this, like, I'm happy. Let's do it. Fine. It might a tiny bit of laziness with it, though. Like,
you know what you're getting, though. I feel you're getting.
Yeah, now it just makes it
3 little small and 4 little 5 little 6 little small and.
Yeah, we're gonna get chaos. We are gonna get absolute chaos. But I think, yeah, it just makes it it's the easiest way to get to that conclusion. You don't have to have the ref bump and the ref stay down for 8 minutes, like.
But that's almost a bit of a smart way, because do you really want an 8-minute ref bump?
No, exactly. I mean, again, it's your easiest way around the logistics of it all.
Yeah. And I think this also helps because it's the only way you could make it believable that Solo could win. Because we even, on the predictions that we did on Thursday, we literally just rode through Cody wins. All right, so do we get Roman or not? There was no debate, no discussion on could Solo win? Could you potentially see all of the Bloodline hold all of the gold come the end of SummerSlam?
Yeah, there was no discussion of that.
Now I think this opens the door for that.
Maybe a little more, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Cody's saying if the tribal chief should appear. Oh, he called him a wannabe. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Big chance for Cody.
Why not jump him? I mean, you're right there. Just jump him.
Save it for the big time.
Yeah. Oh. And so Solo got what he wanted, so now he's just calling back the troops.
That's it. I will take you out another day, Mr. Bond.
Is it crazy though? I saw you with that. Is it crazy that the Bloodline rules has now become like an acknowledged, dare I say, stipulation in WWE?
Yeah, it's a legit thing. Again, you're gonna do no DQ with the Samoans. We're gonna call it, Bloodline rules. So, yeah, I mean, again, it is kind of an acknowledged, actual thing that we've come to know and expect.
Right. MDB, he just told you why they're not jumping him, Nick. Well, sorry, I'm also kind of talking, so I can't always hear as well.
Oh, we got Carmelo talking about
Carmelo, not Kamala.
I was
in his finest snakeskin outfit, by the way. We're back to the barbershop, and then I still can't get over the man's rattlesnake outfit. Like, it works, but that's a whole lot of snake. Pause.
Snake.
Pause on that.
Right.
Don't nobody clip that. I like, though, that this is where they've kind of put Carmelo. He isn't instantly. No one, I think, truly expected him to jump instantly right into like top tier main events, challenging Cody's, what have yous, and everything. And so you already kind of bumped him. He's already got an initial feud with Andrade, to where Andrade is calling him Brawny James and all of that. Of you're getting his feet wet, getting him, established on main roster.
Absolutely. And you give them a veteran to get in there with, and a guy that they trust and know that, can go.
Right.
And again, styles make matches. And I think this is stylistically a really good match.
The last time that they had a match, we were literally had to sit there and stop and just let these boys cook and everything like that. Because they had a match that, for all the AEW schmarks, that it'll be like, this is where the best wrestle. You could have slid that match into an AEW show, and nobody would have been the wiser.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Ariel Guild.
But we're getting Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes coming up next. That's a nice little transition. I like how their transition to commercials is highlighting the wrestling that's there.
Yeah, it's a different touch to it, different feel to it. I think sometimes you see it with like baseball or even with football when they're going to a commercial and the offense is about to come out to the field and they'll show you, the QB or the wide receiver or whatever. Again, the sports vibe that they're offering, where people are like, WWE's the sports entertainment. It feels a lot of sports getting injected into this entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you're involved with TKO, you're involved with the UFC. All of that. Christ, with McAfee, you've got ESPN involved in everything as well. But yeah, you always get those shots of like it's somebody that's, celebrating after they just completed a first down or something, and the score, and then you cut to a commercial.
Right. You're not wrong. But we are on a commercial break, folks. We are rolling through. Make sure you get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. Hayes and Andrade should be a best of 7. Run it back. Let's go.
Oh. Which is more ruined right now in pro wrestling? Best of 7s or eliminator matches?
I hate eliminator matches, and we get those way more. Mm-hmm. Again, the best 7, you got to have the right recipe for it. You can't just do it.
You're probably your best 2 examples that you could come up with off the rip of Lucha Bros and Young Bucks. Terrible giving them credit, I know. And Sheamus and Cesaro. Even then, they weren't fully great. It's more of what came out after that than anything.
No, for sure. I think that, Sheamus Cesaro, I thought was really good. I felt like the Young Bucks one was too obvious, but nonetheless, you kind of get behind it if you're into that sort of thing. If you have the right type of grudge, you can kind of dig into it. But again, if people don't really buy into the grudge, then it's really hard to sell us on 7 matches. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah, but I agree.
Generally, always go 7. So,
oh yeah, well, that's how you boost ratings and everything like that. Christ, if this is how you know sports isn't fixed, because if they could, they'd make every series a best of fucking 7 because they just get ratings. AR1 saying eliminator match is a waste of time. Yeah, I've always hated that goddamn concept of, so I have to beat the champ to then challenge the champ to then beat the champ for the championship. No, I think if I beat the champ, I'm champion, right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And especially you almost never see anyone win the eliminator match, and has anyone regardless ever been put in an eliminator match and then proceeded to win the championship out of it, whether they lose the first match, they'd have to win it to get the shot. But has anyone won 2 straight matches over a champion? Then you're just burying your champion.
9 times out of 10 you would be burying the champion. So again, I don't like it. Again, it's just kind of an easy way, and they use it too much now. We're getting eliminator matches for other companies' titles on certain shows. It doesn't make sense.
Shout out to CMLL. But speaking of easy ways and maybe burying champions, how do you feel? I wasn't here on Wednesday. How do you feel about Danielson putting his career on the line versus Swerve for the title?
I feel like it almost gave it a slam dunk.
We can sign the tombstone for Swerve's title reign, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like the stipulation, before the stipulation, I was really like, this could go either way. This could be Danielson getting Swerve over. The stipulation to me, because I don't think any of us believe that he's just done at all in. So to me, it becomes a slam dunk that Swerve's losing. I think the stipulation left it might have done more harm than good.
Oh, absolutely. Why would you want to add that into that? And like you said, pretty much give away the outcome of no one's really going to think that Danielson's just done of he's going to challenge for the title once and just be done. So you left more to the mind's eye before you added that stipulation. You didn't need to add that. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, like that's does it, like, I mean, in their argument is like, does it add more like holy shit, more?
It doesn't up the stakes. It takes away from the stakes because you know the outcome.
I think so, as here comes Carmelo Hayes. But folks, get in that chat, give us your predictions, let us know you're taking Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, one-on-one. But yeah, I mean, I thought the stipulation was unnecessary, and I don't know that it accomplished what they were hoping.
Valid. But who do you got in this match there?
A tough one to call. I'm going to go Carmelo, and then maybe with this continues.
I'm trying to... It was Andrade who won the last one.
Yes.
If Andrade wins the second one, do we need a third one? So, and I mean, Carmelo's super talented. Both these guys are. I'd love to see him run it back a third time. So, yeah, I'll take Carmelo. I'll agree with you on this one.
Yeah, I feel like if Andrade wins this one, then, Carmelo kind of waits for someone else to pick a fight with, and Andrade moves on. So I don't know. Like I'm thinking Carmelo to keep this going.
Fair enough. Could this be coming out of SummerSlam? Is this your U.S. title division? I feel like it is, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of. They're building up that mid card, right? The matches away from the belts that you need on your show.
Well, that's what Raw did for a good bit, and then they all started to kind of, gravitational pull towards the IC belt.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, you got to build up. You got to have good matches on your show. Mm. It's just got to be done.
Right.
As Andrade backing Carmelo, backing Carmelo into the corner. What do you think about Wingstop getting in on the action?
I wish I had a Wingstop closer by me or around me. Period.
I don't know what the Wingspot experience is all about. And I got mixed reviews from the chat earlier today.
Oh, Wingstop? Yeah, no. I'm pretty much, to my knowledge, if you're going to get something from Wingstop, you need to get lemon pepper, which it's also funny of Rick Ross and Shaq are big parts of Wingstop, which
Now,
Rick Ross, go ahead.
was Wingstop the one that was like doing advertisements for thighs because they were running out of wings?
Vaguely.
I think there was Rick Ross.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Thighs.
I was going to just bring up of how, you've got Rick Ross, who formerly seen on AEW, and Shaquille O'Neal, formerly seen on AEW, now, doing business with WWE.
Right? No, it makes me laugh. But yeah, we even had at the press conference today, there was a bag of it sitting there, and some of the wrestlers were checking it out as they went by and such. So all about that dollar. The wing money.
Well, as we just randomly cut to commercial, that was so Carmelo slid out of the ring and Andrade was kind of reaching out, chasing up over him. But yeah, we just cut to commercial there. Anthony saying, I don't like Wingstop, it ain't for me.
Okay. So yeah, I got mixed reviews. I did.
Well, Anthony's in like Atlanta, so like he's got like all like southern wing spots around him here. I am in a wing destination desert out here. Like the closest I can get is to go a half hour for some fucking Buffalo Wild Wings. Like my guy.
Okay.
No, I need something better than that. I miss the local spots. Like I'm just going to go on a tangent here because we're in commercial. But growing up, the best wing spot for me, if it wasn't the pizza joint, which actually that was number 2, was the seafood restaurant in town. Was the best place to go for wings, which is, I know, odd, but yeah.
No, I mean the sometimes it's the places not known for wings that actually produce the best ones. No, I mean there's a lot of good local ones. Those are the easy ones. We don't have a Wingstop that I know of, at least not around me. Buffalo Wild Wings is a thing, but I never go there. I don't love their wings. They're a bit on the small side.
Well, Christ, get you some wings from a Domino's or a Pizza Hut, my guy, because that's really around me for the most part. Where
Pizza Hut's better than Domino's. I had Domino's wings, and I mean, I think I'm a little biased because I worked at a Domino's once upon a time. But
they're pigeon wings. They're not chicken wings. They're fucking pigeon wings. Let's be honest. Let the people know. Expose Domino's. They're pigeon wings.
Yeah, they're pigeon. They're not much to them.
They're rat wings more than anything. Let's keep it a bug.
Yeah, I think Pizza Hut did a good job when they kind of switched it up and went to Wing Street.
Yeah, that's what it was. Well, because someone asked, and I was like, wait, have I been saying this wrong the whole time? Yeah, no, Wing Street. Yeah.
So when they did that, I think much better.
Yeah, that's the like chain that Pizza Hut made for their wing spot and everything.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like me some Pizza Hut. Now you got me thinking about stuffed crust. Way to go.
Pause on that. I ain't stuffing your crust, sir.
But ladies and gentlemen, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna last wing question if I can, sir.
Go ahead.
Are you a baked wing or a fried wing guy? Like, do you need that crisp? Yeah,
fry. I want, and I've spent hours, dude. It's a running gag for people who know me. Just like fucking with wings and like different batters and different like homemade. Like my goal is to like perfect wings. Like so, I'm constantly trying them and constantly fucking trying to make my own. So
yeah. See, KJ the wing connoisseur, KJ the wing king,
the wing king.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. So see, but Anthony's got me here with Buffalo, and so does Age opposite of Buffalo. Be working with the wings. Take me to Anchor Bar. Yeah. See, there's parts of New York. Granted, I was Northern New York, not Western New York.
I've been to the Anchor Bar.
New York. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. We used to go out of our way. Like every once in a while, we'd just be like, let's go to the Anchor Bar. So we just cross over. It's right there.
Well, aren't you fucking special?
Yeah, I like the Anchor Bar. Good, different style, but I love like a Buffalo style, like, and the hotter the better.
At the annual Wrestling for Life Network picnic, fuck off! It's not a picnic; it's a goddamn cookout. We ain't calling it that. We're
having a cookout. We're gonna have a wing off. But speaking of a wing off, Carmelo with the armbar right now. Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Wrestling, folks.
You should be a sports connoisseur like me. Christian's just going off on another one.
We are sports connoisseurs. We watch all the sports.
Yeah, just because we don't talk about them all the time doesn't mean we don't watch them. Like, we watch things besides wrestling. We don't just like power down when we turn off stream.
Kind of.
A little bit. Fuck. You'd had to say that, didn't you?
Right. But ladies and gentlemen,
Andrade firing back right now. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Big chop. Oh, dragon leg screw. Bob Backlund, wasn't he known for the chicken wing? Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Chicken wing crossface.
And Andrade popping up.
Right. Lady B with the question of the night. Drums are flats.
I'm one of my slogans is be greedy, but a preference would be flat, but I don't give a fuck. Just give me the chicken. Let's go.
I a bit initially was
he moved. He dodged it. I like the
dodges nothing but net.
I like the fact that because they fought each other a couple times, they're starting to counter each other's shit.
Yeah, as this man just fucking bear pawed him in the goddamn chest. Oh, that was
shit. Was that?
It looked like it was set up to be like a kind of like sling blade DDT or whatever, like but turn around it into a damn suplex, like a short kind of swinging suplex.
Right.
By the way, Geekbox, I saw you. What up? But yeah, I started off as a drums guy of that's what you figure as a chicken wing, a bit, even though it's more of a chicken leg. But yeah, then I become more of a flats guy.
It's a chicken face crosswing. The cross-face chicken wing, I think it was.
Yeah.
A move I'll still try on my. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Both men to the top.
Superplex.
There we go. Both men down. Flat. There we go. Put that
I feel like flats you develop like a patience for with age, if that sounds weird.
It's just I just generally a little bit juicier, but
so go on that.
I know I'm about to get lost here, but folks, back in a commercial break. The match rolls on, and I know we're a little sidetracked.
Wrestling. Let's talk about wrestling instead of just two fat vitamin kids, talking about chicken wings.
Right.
Scott saying no Falcon Zero, no, not yet, but. MDB even shouting out that suplex. That was just unique as hell. Like, that seemed like a pendulum DDT almost off the middle rope, and instead he had him either high enough or flipped him fast enough that it turned it into a suplex.
Right. No Falcon Arrow follow-up. That's a good question. That's a good point, Scott. Just the suplex, no follow-up.
No, only Seth Rollins can do that. Only Seth Rollins.
Right. Did throw a poll up, getting the 62% right now out of the gate are voting in favor of drums.
Fair enough. I was like, wait, what? They just think we're talking about the musical instrument.
Right. Did you touch my drums?
Did you touch my drum set?
Big show. I'll put the menu to work already. There you go. There you go. Nick, everyone likes parfait. Everyone likes
parfait. Then MDB, no, we want chicken wing talk. Well, then become a member, and then that's the next.
Yeah, join us.
Members only stream that we'll do. It will just be we'll do our own hot ones or something like that.
Yeah, I'm in. We could definitely do something like that. Fuck each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then we'd have to get the sauces. It's
true.
I don't know if you have it by me. Of my grocery stores have now I can regularly buy hot ones wing sauce at my grocery store.
Was that
it's huh?
Is that a new thing?
That is literally a newer thing. Granted, it's really? Not it's like $9 a pop, but like the official branded like First We Feast, like Hot Ones wing sauce.
Yeah. No, absolutely. As we are still in this commercial break, remember, folks, we are back tomorrow for SummerSlam. Don't miss out.
I just that one popped me there of the arrow pointing to MDB. It's a Wrestling for Life Network member. So be like MDB. Bacon Club turn into Wing Club. And be be the Bang Bang Wing Gang for a week.
Bacon Club for life, folks. Let's go. And we do have a members only coming up. So be a member and tell a member.
Right.
But I shall return.
Right. As KJ's talking, going to pause for the cause as we are still tiptoeing by the first hour here on Friday Night Smackdown. So I will remind everybody we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for SummerSlam. As I'm back in action already. So let me know who you're taking in this match if you haven't already. And how are you guys feeling of WWE putting an emphasis, putting a focus on the mid-card title scene, putting it on, we've talked about it, of Raw pretty much has its own IC title scene of Sheamus, of Bronson Reed, Ilya, Sammy, Braun Breaker. What would be your U.S. title scene on Friday Night SmackDown? I think Carmelo, Andrade are very much too. Spoiler, I think LA Knight's clearly moonsault on the outside. Andrade's back in control instantly in this match here, but I think that we get this of again, spoiler alert. I think come out of SummerSlam, LA Knight's your U.S. title holder, and then you very much set up where you're getting U.S. title matches defended almost weekly, if not every other weekly here. Oh, the tilt-a-whirl into the almost like a face buster set up like the crossface for a 2 count there from Carmelo. And already just look at this man's chest. You would think he's out here wrestling Gunther. He's already got bruises, and you can literally I know they use a no 8K camera and everything like that, but you can literally see fingerprints on this man's chest from Andrade here. As MDB's mad because Carmelo's pulling down the knee pads. Anthony, what up? Eric Tate, what? I don't think it's a long match. It really, it's been more. It's felt longer because it's had 2 commercials as Carmelo ducks out of the big boot into the spinning back elbow. Again, and hits it again. 2 count. And I like that even still, if he doesn't connect with the big boot, the back, like it's almost a feint or to throw you off and set you off for the back elbow. Oh! Andrade hits the moonsault, lands, turns around, and kick out by Carmelo. Turns around, pops back into the moonsault again, and by the way, it just lands straight on this man's face and like neck. But Carmelo turns around and kicks out. Good God. This is definitely a match of just let these guys cook. And I like that we've talked about this with that they're doing it of it's establishing that these guys have had matches before with each other, that are familiar with each other. As Andrade locking in his wife's move here, he's been passed down the figure 4 from the Nature Boy. Carmelo just dragging to break the rope. This is a match. This is a feud. This is a division that you need if you're going to start making SmackDown not feel so much as the B show that it's felt to Monday Night Raw. This is little side super kick. But this is the type of matches you need to bring back this of Sans Roman. This is what brings you into Friday Night SmackDown. Counter. again, this is works so well because both these guys are acting like they've got each other's numbers. Oh, they fucked that up. 2, 3. Andrade snuck the win. Andrade with it's like the weirdest, roll-uppy type thing because he it was a pegging pinning position. I'm gonna just call it that, but that's gonna be the one and only time you hear me say that. But Andrade sneaks the win, gets the 1, 2, 3, and I almost like this. If we've seen this with Trick, I don't think Carmelo fully needs this, but could you see something to where you really have to, put Carmelo back to the drawing board of I can't rely on just I am Mello, don't miss all of that because lately I've been missing. I really need to lock in and I need to hone in, and he needs to recalibrate a little bit. Granted, I'd still love to see a third match from them, as I've got Legado del Fantasma again, essentially somewhat fully reformed on SmackDown, as KJ's missing his girl Elektra, coming out right now with Santos Escobar. So we've got all of Legado coming out right now. And again, we go from essentially one part of what would be the U.S. title division to another part here. We've already had, Escobar kind of get involved with this. So it'd be interesting if he's, the next challenger for LA Knight out of Logan Paul. Kira's 1-4, Jobson's 0-0. Stoner Jesus. Did I miss the Jesus? There we go. We've been blessed by the Jesus. Good evening, all. May the bunt be with you and also with you. Absolutely. Man, I might have a feeling that no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make them the weird odd couple with this. No. As I am in commercial break right now, as we had Escobar coming out. SmackDown has always been the wrestling show. Yes, MDB, but it has strayed and it is varied away from that. And we watch this consistently every week, and it's somewhat lost its like I said, its sheen, its luster, its vibe a little bit, and fallen back more into that B slot as far as the top 2 shows on WWE. You get this going, you bring back a Roman, what have you, you make the Bloodline Civil War back to a thing, then, or as a prominent thing, you're now neck and neck you've got literally Monday Night Raw competing with Friday Night SmackDown as to which is the better programming on main roster WWE television. And especially with both of them getting close to switching networks, switching where you're going to be viewing them and everything. Hey, look, it's Berto. I fucking hate that they call him Berto. You couldn't even call him Umberto. It's just Berto. That's just, we talk about lazy booking. That's just like lazy naming or something. I don't know. You make a good point about SmackDown lately. Yes, that's the thing, is I don't know if it's fallen into that Raw slot that Raw had before with Judgment Day constantly. It felt a little rinse, repeat of you're just doing the same thing, just at different times in the show or at different situations. I don't know if you want to come back on being the same thing, but you did.
Yeah, definitely the same thing. The Iron Man for a reason.
Right.
I mean, again, I don't feel that SmackDown's in a repetitive mode of the same thing. I know some people got mad about the Bloodline stuff, but that was literally 2 shows in a row too.
So then what do you think would be what SmackDown's issue? It's Sans Roman, because they haven't had Roman since WrestleMania, and it's just been more recently that they've started to kind of wane a little bit, or is it just more that Raw's been so good?
I think Raw's been good, and Raw's had a lot of heavy stuff. CM Punk, Drew, the Wyatts. There's been a lot with even Damian, Liv. It feels like what's happening on Raw is just cooking at. I don't think SmackDown's not good. I think I'm enjoying it. I think it's put out decent show, but it's just the other show got really solid.
Fair enough.
Right? Like for me, that's I feel like that's more of the culprit. And I do think that maybe the lack of Roman is an impact. But I think like I've enjoyed what they've done with the like for people to say like, oh, it's been boring, but like a few weeks ago we got Tonga, then we got Tonga Loa, and people were losing their minds. Then we got Jacob, then Heyman got taken out. Fans were losing their minds for yes.
No, finish your thought.
Fans were losing their minds for every of one of those moments. Then they took out KO, they took out Randy, and now they're taking out. Like I think it's been great, and the fans have been right there. Yet there's this undertone of like, it's been okay, but really, it's been like a whole lot of kind of cool moments. Maybe the rest of the show's lacking, like Corbin and Apollo.
You haven't had cool moments since Heyman. Let's keep it a buck with that.
Well, I thought it was really awesome when they took out KO. That's huge. Then they took out Randy. Then they took out KO. Like those are big moments.
As we've got Escobar versus Apollo. No, I was gonna just interject because they were showing the Superstore, and I'm sorry to anyone that watches us in Cleveland or OHIO, but like SummerSlam Browns type merch, like brown and orange, like. No, you can miss me with that. Like, nope, I'd rather, buy something else.
Right.
Like, literally, you just had like a Browns jersey was like SummerSlam.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's, again, I think they've done well, like with the Cleveland Rocks, but I mean, the Browns are a tough sell, man. Like, that's why I asked.
Get a Drew Carey appearance at SummerSlam?
No. He's like, isn't he like 80 now? Like,
no, he's not fucking 80. He's out there hosting The Price is Right and everything. He and Bob Martin,
right? Sorry, no, The Price is Right died with Bob, so I had no idea he was still doing it.
Welcome to WWE, where the points are made up. But
right,
yeah, we get a whole, Cleveland Rocks, Cleveland Rocks, Cleveland Rocks.
Maybe. Santos Escobar wins. Apollo wins with the surprise. Who's your pick for Josh Bishop and Zilla right now on GCW? What Zilla? Yeah,
I think. Yeah, might be part of the reason why he was teasing about traveling to Cleveland. OHIO. Well, did you hear even?
Yeah, no.
The Hardys were filming stuff for WWE.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about the fact that the Hardys had showed up and they were filming some stuff, and people get excited. And again, I think very much there's an opportunity for the Hardys to do some nostalgia. But they're not going to be dug into something serious. Like they're going to try and treat the Hardys the way they made the offer to Adam Copeland. We'll use you a few times a year or a couple times a year, like a typical Legends contract, but are you going to be a prominent figure on our show? No, go work TNA and we'll have access to you. Do that.
Well, from what I've heard is they were just using them to film like documentary stuff and everything. Yeah. But could you even imagine if you even say tonight, just on an outside chance, we all of a sudden hear right, it's the music that Jeff Hardy hates, but it'd be a huge pop.
Right. I picked Flats. Oh yeah, that's still up. I'm like, why is this still happening?
I'm gonna go, I guess, I don't know, try and find a flat. I'm trying to find a segue if I'm gonna take a
there you go. Apollo knocking Angel. How do you guys feel about the team of Corbin and Apollo? Get in that chat as Apollo looks like he's about to take the win. Oh, no, Berto up on the apron. Nick's taking a pause for the cause. We are rolling along. We still got more coming your way. There you go. So Cruz at least has backup. I think Legado turns now. They haven't done anything. They haven't done enough as Legado to start turning on each other. To me, not enough people will really care if they break up. Umberto up, Apollo up. Phantom draw. Wow. So Santos takes the win. Unbelievable, folks. That is crazy. Absolutely. I thought Apollo might steal this one, but Santos gets the W. Not tonight. I like the pairing with Apollo and Corbin. Okay. I don't quite get it, and I haven't seen much out of them to really buy into it. I don't know. As we got Jade, we got Bianca, we got Byron Saxton. I forgot Byron worked here. Oh my god. 0-2, 2-0, 2-0. And folks, if you're listening to me right now, get in that chat. And based on the conversation Nick and I were just having, do you feel like SmackDown has lost a step? Or is it just has Raw kind of picked up the game and has more? There's more going on Raw right now. Like, and again, it's a 3-hour show, so maybe that's a bit of an obvious conclusion. But what do you feel? Like, do you feel like SmackDown's missed a step? SmackDown, we should blame Cody for the lull in SmackDown because he's the common denominator between the two shows. Oh, okay. Blaming Cody. But I think Cody's been good. And I mean, realistically, the idea that, well, okay, but a lot of people kind of have issues with Damian. So are we saying that Cody's not doing a good, is Damian doing a better job than Cody? But United States champion Logan Paul, homecoming, Cleveland tonight. Up next, folks, Logan Paul. And we're going to get a little bit of LA Knight. So we'll see. Throw it back. Good to see you, DBE. Welcome. 2-0. 0-0. 0-0. You're not guessing? I don't believe Corbin as a face. I struggle. I think he's naturally a heel. Comes off very heelish. I kind of agree with that, Larry. And welcome back, by the way. Raw lost the dead weight of Cody Rhodes. Their MDB doubling down. I like it. Davenport will cost Jade and Bianca. Would Davenport, okay, would Davenport have backup, though? Or is she going to side with? How do you see that playing out, Rachel? Very curious your take on that. I think when Roman returns, SmackDown will be better than it has been. Do you feel like that will up the level? And again, even if you have a Bloodline storyline and then Cody's a secondary storyline or a 1B storyline with a Roman or a KO or somebody, again, there's a little more depth to that. So I could see your point for sure, Damien. 1-1 finally, a comeback. SmackDown only has the Bloodline right now. Nothing else is really standing out. Knight in the U.S. title will help. Yeah, I think Knight U.S. title a little bit. Again, I think there's still a little more. Like SmackDown feels like there's some developing still happening. Like, I mean, Carmelo's working with Andrade. You got Apollo with Corbin. So maybe that's a bit of the drop off. Lost 2.5 hours, 2.5 steps. Okay. I'd say the pre-storyline is more compelling. Cody is a secondary to the Bloodline story. So, okay, that's a fair question. I mean, and a fair statement. Sorry, I will ask the question. I mean, so Cody being involved in the main target of the Bloodline and Bloodline wanting to get the title back, do we feel like because we already have this perception that there's no way Cody's losing and we're just waiting for Roman to come back, does that kind of swallow up Cody's significance in the whole thing? That's interesting. Now, that's not saying he's not over. That's not saying that the fans have changed their mind. Not saying he's doing even a bad job or he's boring, but we know the match kind of feels like a foregone conclusion to a bigger story to tell. Naomi and Blair are beefing, so we might get a Destiny's Child reunion tonight. Fair enough. So Destiny's Child and Blair and the Spooky Girls. Okay. Blair Davenport was. I didn't notice that. Thank you for that, Scott. Thank you. SmackDown has Tiffy Time and Nia Jax. There's something there. Oh, absolutely. And again, I mean, I'll give them credit. Comparing show to show, Bailey versus Jax and Tiffy with the Money in the Bank isn't as interesting as Liv Rhea Dom, right? So again, slight edge to Raw. So I see why people are feeling the way they're feeling. They're not wrong. Reigns will help, but it's only adding to the Bloodline stuff. There's still nothing else. Not enough. Again, like you said, I think they're working on that mid card, but it is a lot of people that we're not that overly invested in. Santos, Andrade. I just went through it. Corbin, Apollo. Like, yeah, LA Knight's great, but LA Knight hasn't really been in much until this, Logan Paul thing. Now we got Nick Aldis in the ring with, I don't know, I think these are 3 representatives from Cleveland in the ring with Nick Aldis as they introduce Logan Paul. Welcome home. We all just want Roman, booing the shit out of him, booing him desperately, giving him the finger. I'm waiting. Like, have fans not been told, like, listen, while we're on Fox, please stop flipping the bird. You're not cool. We all just want Roman. We don't care about Cody unless Roman is involved. I hate to say it. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. I do think there's hope. I do think there's potential, MDB. I do think there's a possibility that you have, you will get interested in like something like a Cody Randy, but they got to go that way and they got to push it hard and really pull you into that storyline. Whatever it is, I'm assuming Randy, but it could be anybody. But almost separate them from the bloodline, let the bloodline do their thing. Now, like I said, then you have that depth, right? You at least have those 2 major stories happening. You get the U.S. title to be a little more exciting. I mean, the U.S. title isn't that exciting in the sense of, Logan's not around a lot. So I wouldn't mind LA Knight winning the U.S. title and then kind of having a significant run, making it matter, making it push that division. DIY's the tag champs. Judgment Day is the tag champs on the other channel. Something to consider. And Cleveland hates Logan Paul. Can we do a poll? Does Tiffy, Stratton cash in? Let's do that. All right, Damian, upon request, I have no problem. Let's see. Does Tiffy cash in? All right, let's go. It's up there, folks. Just for you, Damian. Will Tiffany cash in tomorrow night? Cody's not secondary. When Cody wasn't dealing with the bloodline, he was great stuff with AJ. That gave the program another good piece to bite on. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I think that's kind of the long-winded answer. I went long-winded and saying the same thing you just said in kind of short form. So, yeah, I agree with that. I think because you pulled him back in, you got a lot of eggs in the same basket. They hate him. It's amazing. They hate him. Like the stream, hate Logan Paul. There you go. If I know LA Knight, he will crash the party. Yeah, for sure. Logan, baby. Cody is getting on my nerves, honestly. When Solo asked him if he was done tonight, I felt that. Getting on your nerves. In what way, though, Anthony? I'm curious. So Logan Paul giving the hometown crowd shit for not welcoming him with open arms. The Geek Box. Go check out Geek Box, folks. Making amazing content and everyone's second favorite box. Feels like people are under the impression even Roman returns, he'll be full time and it'll sort SmackDown. Wondering how long people moan for the schedule again. Yeah, keep in mind, you probably aren't going to get Roman every week. So the storyline will have to require, will really require patience from the fan base. Cleveland is known for trash. So, of course, there they go. They're not. They hate him, though, Chair. And sorry, I can't. Anyone out there from Cleveland, he said it. It's a contract signing. Obviously, night will come out. That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a. No, they did the contract signing. This is just for Logan Paul. LA Knight's not even scheduled to be here technically. Should question, will Tiffany successfully cash in? Shouldn't the question will be, no, will she even try? Will she attempt to cash in? Men lost into a Cody type. There you go. It could be. The IWC is crappy doctor. They don't have patience. Facts. Oh, the people. Oh, we got company. Oh, no, they're booing them. But the people in the background left. Why did that happen? Logan Paul is Cleveland's finest. He might be accurate, which is not a good thing. No, they signed the contract last week. Remember, he goaded him? You had me there for a second, but... Oh! Hey! Logan Paul got a banner, and somebody spray painted "yeah" on it. John Moxley will come and play Wild Thing. Oh, I hate that fucking song. And here comes LA Knight. Fresh off some vandalizing. So Logan Paul wanted to reveal, debut, I don't know, but wanted to show the world a big picture of Logan Paul. And LA Knight got to it first. Oh, how embarrassing indeed. What's wrong with it? Oh, I was like, is it not the same? No, this is very different. He looks like a pilot. Everything blends together at this point. A little bit. Like again, definitely in the middle bulk of the show, of the card. Again, a lot of, even again, is anybody super invested in Theory and Waller turning on each other? Not really. So I see what we're saying. How embarrassing. I don't know, KJ. I'm just not into Cody. Cody is doing. I don't even want him to. I didn't even want him to win a Mania. Nice. There's moments with Cody, like even tonight when he was like kind of paused and like he was doing like the "what do you want to talk about" thing. When Cody kind of digs into that, his acting chops, and has that like dramatic moment, I'm like, oh, Cody, just talk. It's a badass vest. Let's go. Huge LA Knight chance. Jacob Zilla just defeated Josh Bishop. Zilla's been on a tear, Damian. He's been killing the indies. Moxley is mild thing. I'm surprised we didn't get a champagne, balloons, and cake in the segment. So outside of the budget, LA Knight's vest looks like steampunk train conductor, right? It's a choice. Another banner. I thought that, Ronan. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Anybody else out there thinking of another banner we saw this week? Anybody? Or last week? Oh, wait. Logan Paul just asked him if he was DJ Khaled. Where is Logan Paul? Where is LA Knight going? We actually might click over and see when that's on, Damian. So, folks, stay tuned. I know we're scheduled to watch Rampage. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anybody else. And there is a good chance we're going to click over to GCW and just take a peek at it as we get deeper into SmackDown here. So keep us posted, but that's a hard match to call. Let's say Nick Gage doesn't take the loss to Hardy, in his own playground. Deathmatch Jesus losing to the Broken One. I don't see it. We're still going on a trip with LA Knight, by the way.
Come on and slide on the fantastic slide, slippity slide.
Oh, you don't bring a vehicle to work at WWE. Oh, LA Knight's got the prime truck. Logan's running.
Why is he having to like run like he's in like ballroom shoes or something like that? He's got to like constantly skid out and stop. Oh, he's gonna just back up and run him over with it, fucker. just burn.
Just stop. With
LA Knight. Brake check his ass. See how them teeth work.
That's a crime. It's LA Knight leaving the building in the prime truck. Now we're going to get like security footage like he's in a white Bronco.
God, Larry. You got to start for this. Prime Theft Auto.
Wait.
Touche. Giving me Stone Cold vibes. Stone Cold. Yeah.
Every time someone rolls up with a vehicle, you got to know it's on borrowed time.
Yeah. You might have to hitch a ride with Marvez or something.
Right? What? I still don't know what that was.
So from what I've heard through, granted,
I won't
secondhand
know.
information, is that they were supposedly at the hotel for the venue. Meanwhile, they were technically at the venue, and it was supposed to be of Osprey's truck had gotten, a flat tire and everything, couldn't make it to the venue, what have you, had to ride with Marvez. And then Marvez asked, had you ever driven in America? No. How'd he get to the hotel? B, well, he was about to anyways, because he was about to go to his car. So why does it matter?
That was a weird spot. They never really explained it. And the hotel and the venue were really close, I thought. But no, like I missed it completely, and nobody kind of followed it up. Again, commentary matters. And it was like, dude, I watch your show every week. I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Because it was just bad. They just moved along past it. We won't acknowledge that because it was trash.
As we get the Unholy Union. So up next, the women tag titles are on the line, folks. As
doing something unholy.
They should come out to that shit, actually. Fuck.
I feel like I know your prediction on this. I want to know the chat's prediction on this. My feeling is they have to win, just on the simple fact of it justifies Clash not being just you did it because Scotland. They need this, and I want to see them actually have a run and see Bianca, Belair, and Jade have a challenger, have a threat and everything. Yeah. If they turn around and just give the belts back to Jade and Bianca, so then they literally just won the belts because Scotland, and then that's why they won on NXT, because we have to keep them so we can give them to Bianca and Jade.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shout overall. I don't have much to argue with that. It's been a short title run. They've had a couple decent title defenses, nothing overly notable, but it would be a very insignificant run if you just hand the titles back to Jade and Bianca. I'm wondering, are we at the point where they're willing or ready to separate Jade and Bianca?
Oh, you get the breakup. Well, I think this could start to lead to that. I still think we're at the foundation of that, if anything. We're not, to where in the next 2 weeks they're going to have a singles match or something there where they're going to completely implode. But this could start to lay more of the groundwork for that.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm always with Jade. Jade is going to turn on BB. God Unholy. I'm going with you, Dale. I'm going with Nick with a good chunk of people. Unholy Union will find a way to win this match. I just hope it's not a clunky match. I hope they have a nice, clean match.
You picking the Scotch ladies?
I have to.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know we joke about a couple of the performers, but Isla might be in a different league.
Right. Boston, I don't know why you need to announce what you're sniffing, but I don't need to know what your sniffer is.
That's not what. I thought the same thing. So dumb.
That was Grand Theft Auto Lock Up LA Night. Yeah. Right. Christian, you actually had a sensible point for once. Pretty Deadly Music is so lame. Well, so it's supposed to be. So much music in WWE is just fucking lame at this point. You literally need to see the Titantron, which is weird because they're moving away, like we've talked about, to smaller stages so they can fit more people in. But you need the Titantron to know who the fuck's coming out because the music is trash.
Well, again, even the Unholy Union, it's a very generic alt music. Like it's an alt instrumental 3 from your favorite video game. Like there's nothing to it. Like there's no individual feel. Like they're the Unholy Union. You can make it a little spooky. You can add in some piano. No, basic rock fucking.
Well, remember when everybody's theme songs felt unique?
Yeah,
that's gone. That's gone out the fucking window. Right now, if we play Guess the Wrestler based on their theme songs, we're guessing probably people that aren't even in the same show, same company, same division.
Yeah. And just so everyone knows, right now I'm getting a commercial for Trish Stratus, the A&E biography.
Oh, it's time to
that
rock and roll.
The all-time wrestling queen on TV right now. See Money, this one's for you. Followed by Becky Lynch.
Yeah, so they're I think it's the documentary for their feud. Oh, Legends. So
Legend, two separate, I
fair
believe.
enough. Well, it's interesting that they've lately been like back to back in the Legends.
Yeah, I got to readdress this. Just smelt the women's tag straps already and the women's mid-card titles and get women's mid-card titles. So what he's saying is get rid of those tag titles. We don't need them. I don't mind the floating tag titles, but a mid-card title could be absolutely justified at this point.
No, you read schmelt. He said smelt.
You said smelt.
Yes, smell, not schmelt. Like as in you forged them or anything.
That's why I went back. I laughed at what the whole situation that happened earlier, and then I readdressed it because he's saying like melt that bitch down.
Ah, fair enough.
Jim Johnson used to put his whole heart and soul into the entrance music. LOL. I don't get the LOL part of that.
And then Jimmy Hart would just change 3 chords on a popular song and call it a theme music.
As here comes the storm.
Right.
Dying. I think Boston meant melt. Yes. Thank you. Anthony's now interpreting from Boston.
He's an angry translator.
Right. Thought he was just a big fan of Little Fish.
Right. Oh, this still like goddamn if the presence though with Jade of like
it's insane.
She looks literally like fucking Storm if she just happened to showed up in the WWE universe.
Absolutely, man.
It's smelt schmoting, aka smelt. Fuck off, Boston.
I laughed so hard at the whole thing, but I got you.
Yeah, creepy freak.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Don't worry.
Katie's got your back. Me, not so much. As I've got Bianca coming out right now. So who a singles feud, as she's getting Chitara out here, but a singles feud between I just realized Jade's outfit, and I'd like to put pause on that. But anyways, who do you think gets the better of a singles feud between Jade and Bianca?
Jade has to, I think, ultimately. I think just for where they're at in their career. I think Bianca be fine. She helps put her over, helps give her the splash. Yeah, I mean, again, and Jade out here with that who's that girl vibes. Who's that girl?
They're the fucking cheetah girls. All they're missing is fucking Raven.
Right. Hilarious. Alicia Taylor.
Yeah, she's the SmackDown announcer. Which by the way, I personally hate the discourse of comparing her and like Samantha Irvine. Like they both have their own swag. Not everybody needs to be a fucking comparable.
Right.
My guy.
Gonna be a good
Tiger
one,
King,
folks.
eat your heart out with this tag team, my guy.
Get your predictions in. Who are you taking?
Thundercats. Yo.
I love the Thundercats.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thunder. Yo.
And Isla Dawn. Here we go.
We know where KJ's loyalties lie.
Dun, 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 dun. It's the thing. Loyal to a fault, sir. The real winners are the viewers. Facts. Jade and Bianca for the win. Are we still doing the poll, by the way?
I don't know. You're the one that controls that.
Yeah. 57% of the fans are saying Tiffy will not cash in.
So what you're saying is they're wrong. As we have a double fall away slam from both Jade and Bianca, as now we finally get ding ding.
No, Alba with the distraction. Here comes Isla.
Big shoulder barge. So yeah, we're kicking it off with Jade Cargill and Isla Dawn right now.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about, Mark.
Right. Are you watching the same thing that we are watching? Because if I can see above my head, it has you as prediction champion.
It kind of does, but kind of doesn't.
It's just spelt wrong.
It is now because I guess if I was able to trick my partner, I hope I tricked the whole chat then. But it did say something else a minute ago, and then now it says something incorrect altogether. But yeah, I don't know.
It's Noah's Ark out there. I don't know.
Yeah, you lost it by default, Smile Mark. Sorry. No, we're good. We got you fixed. We even spelled your name correctly this time.
There we go. Well, no, before he was there, and then it was just wrong. So I never saw the other party named.
MDB it said MDB above your head. I didn't switch it from last week, so quick on the draw. Idea. You didn't even see it. Quick like a hiccup. Desmond, welcome back. Both women in the air. Look at this. I mean, they might win, Nick.
Oh my god! And they do the fucking Wakanda and then the flex pose,
and the crowd is going insane.
My guy, they're winning. Shit, they're winning. They have to, unless there's some sneaky ass roll up, clearly cheat to win finish here.
Get involved?
Oh,
because they've been arguing with Jade and Bianca, so they get involved, and somehow we have to run this back somewhere.
Interessante. Is Chelsea still though in the neck brace from Money in the Bank?
No,
or is she medically cleared?
I think she's okay. I mean, she's been, being her usual pain in the ass self week in and week out. As folks, we do head back into a commercial break. The match rolls on, and where I struggle, Nick, is just Jade and Bianca look so damn good together. That spot right there is outstanding, and the crowd goes wild.
They look like the team that if they win the championships, you just give it to them. Of who is going to beat them and be the dominant ones, and they just can't beat them. That's if they lose, it feels like it has to be because of a dusty finish, because of a roll up, because of interference, because of heel tactics. Because those two, they just look dominant as shit. Of you're not beating them out and outright. Yeah,
100%. I think that, but I still think there's a place for it. I just feel like, is it premature? Do you need to get them out the way? Do they need to go elsewhere? Like you said, where they're so dominant, they're so powerful. All right, you guys go fight each other. We don't want to play with y'all.
Are they the linchpin? Are they the flagpole? Are they the centerpiece of this division? Because I feel if they go away, the fucking tent closes in, the circus leaves town a little bit. The tag team division dries up really quick because everybody, they're, kind of the thing that everybody in that division rotates around.
That's so
you even just mentioned Chelsea and Piper of how they've been feuding with Jade. That's the tag team that's going right now. You got a little bit of some women's factions. You've got Lady Shield, etc. on Raw. But I feel like if Jade and Bianca go away from that tag division, pack it in, boys.
But and I mean, what happens with Alba and Isla if they do lose? Do they continue to pursue? Do they just kind of go back into the abyss?
Then we go back to them having NXT matches against Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
True.
So we just make it the NXT division again.
Kind of, sort of, right? To a degree, as Jade trying to get and Alba just
that ham hock was banging for a minute.
Oh, Alba down.
Hey, that's clever as shit, and you didn't see it set up.
Yeah, no, she just yeeted her, and they both went down on the outside as Jade can't get the tag. And dude, running a traditional style tag match, the heels cut off half the ring and work them out.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing is, I would still love to see. Oh, backstabber to a swanton. I really like the inclusion now, especially of tag team, tandem offense, and tag team tandem finishers, etc. in WWE.
Yeah, like you said. I mean, if you keep Jade and Belair together, and they're not just winning everything, they have to fight teams like Alba and Isla that can find a way to do it. And you have Chance and Carter. You have a couple teams in NXT.
Oh, she just double suplex both these women.
They feel like legitimate tag teams, maybe for the first time in history of the women's division.
Oh, Mercedes is going to have to divorce you over that.
What's that?
I said Mercedes is going to have to divorce you over that.
Right.
As Bianca right now gets the tag in and just getting House of Fire here.
Big drop kick. But I feel like the women's tag division was always just thrown together. This feels, holy shit, knee ups.
But that's what I'm saying. If you remove your linchpin, does the dominoes fall down? If you pull the wrong, slot out on the Jenga tower, does everything go for naught?
Oh, backflip. Both women coming together. Big spear, shoulder block in the corner.
Right.
The crowd is going insane. Like, this is a hell of a crowd right now.
At best, I was going to say, at best, how would she be hurting Alba with that? And also, secondly, you could very clearly see she was punching the turnbuckle.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spine buster-ish.
What happened to Jade?
Big ropes, I don't know.
Oh, there's Jade.
Yeah. Alba breaks it up. Yeah, and was Jade just literally that gas that she had to sit there and be on the ring apron for a while?
Oh, Jade chucked out. Oh, yanking Isla back down.
Super kick to Isla. Oh, roll small package. Fucking slide in and break up the fucking pin. You sat there and just watched and just screamed. What's that going to do?
Oh, wait a minute. Blair Davenport. Somebody in the chat called that.
Wow.
And gets DQ'd. Does Blair join? Do we get another a creepy girl convention? Let's go.
Spooky UK.
Right?
Well, and because you've seen, Blair's been going at Naomi, so now you're setting up the triple threat, or the 6-woman tag match, I should say, between Blair and Unholy Union versus Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. She bicycle kicked into a bicycle kick with that.
The bicycle kicked the hell out of Blair, but gets chop blocked, and now
just fumbly bumbly now.
A little fumbly bumbly, but it's okay. It's a mugging. It's supposed to be. Okay, Jade kind of missold that. Okay, that was a little funny.
You're right. Now we're getting. She's getting launched.
Shit.
She skipped that fucking announce table like a smooth rock on a fucking pond in September.
Trips loves his factions, his groups, man. We just saw.
I don't know. The Click, DX,
yeah, exactly,
and Evolution. Yeah, where was Naomi? Anthony, get your girl.
Bianca's really good when she's energized. No, I mean again, but it's amazing. We just saw Damage Control do a babyface turn. We got Caesania. It's Onya.
Lasagna. Yeah, that's what you sounded like you were trying to say. Lasagna. I'm hungry.
Right. Garfield it up. Let's go.
Right.
We are on commercial break, but yeah, I mean, again, where tag teams feel like tag teams in the women's division right now.
But also, like you said, factions are plenty. Factions run us over.
I mean, again, everyone's getting friends. Like now Belair joins the Unholy Union to help out for it. And we don't know if it's long-term, short-term, but yeah, sticking them all together. Who loves factions more, TK or Triple H?
Well, I was going to just first dispel this because no, we don't need that. We don't want it. It should never happen. This is a twofold question. Would you like to go first? Or do you want me to?
You go first.
TK loves factions more. Triple H can actually do factions better and execute them.
Right. Yeah, TK definitely has an affection for.
He has an affliction
for
not the bedazzled t-shirts, but he probably still owns a few of them.
An affliction for factions. Here we go.
Right.
I think that he definitely, obviously we see all these groups. They're just not utilized very well. The unity of the group and the consistency of their matching their counterparts and working together lacked. I think Triple H loves them. Man, who likes them more? It's hard to say. I mean, I just finished saying Triple H stacking them all.
Yeah, Triple H has also been in them all. Like Triple H is, like I said, of the Clique, the most notorious backstage faction. DX, arguably the most notorious on-screen faction. Then you take into account Evolution as well. Right. So this man spent the vast majority, the corporation, this man spent the vast majority of his career in factions.
100%.
That's all he knows how to book.
Right, that's his go-to. He's like, just stick them together.
They have friends because friends.
Right, why not? Make them all like each other. Let's go. Put them in there.
Right. Khan has the titles to back it up. No, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Wait, I want TK has the tag team. What does that comment even mean? Like he has the titles to back it up.
I guess of all the factions.
Like I don't know if we're fully utilizing that to the extent it should be.
Oh, we aren't fucking utilizing half of the titles, let alone all of them. What are we talking about?
Right. Yeah,
Christ, we had to sit there and throw one title in the bin and make a new title and just randomly America. So now we can send MJF to CMLL. Does that not feel to you like that's a make good of like, well, we'll send you our top guy and we just got to create a reason for why MJF should be a heel in CMLL because America?
No, I mean, I think ultimately it coincides well. And again, MJF going down to Mexico to get a win. I don't know how that's helping anything. I think he's got to spend more time working on in-house stuff and not letting all this other stuff happen. How Michael Cole got over?
Persistence.
Oh no, but that's what's on the screen right now.
I know, I saw it.
Persistence.
Yeah, he just kept showing up. Hi, nice to meet you. I was gonna say, welcome to the Michael Cole of Wrestling Watch Parties. We'd be here for anything and everything. God damn it.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. But yeah, this is interesting. As we got Damian Priest taking it in 4 p.m. Eastern. They're lying, folks. Just so you know, they're lying. We will be live at 5, but it's
you can show up and watch. You can watch our kickoff stream that they did earlier today before we go live at 5 because it'll be the same shit they're doing.
Yeah, it's exactly like they replay stuff. They replay the bump from this week.
Oh, by the way, we're also gonna we had Joe Hendry be a live performance on NXT. We're gonna get a live Jelly Roll performance as well.
Yes. Which, no offense, Joe, I'm pretty pumped about Jelly. Let's go.
Makes me want donuts. Pause.
Makes me want donuts. As we are getting a rundown of the SummerSlam card, 58% of the people saying that TK likes factions more than Triple H. I liked MDB's comment of, Triple H likes factions. Tony Khan likes, throwing random guys together, like the conglomeration.
The conglomeration, yes. I do like the moving graphics for the SummerSlam setup and everything. Like we talked about this of it's very much that, rock and roll vibe. I feel like it's, I'm waiting for, the 70s theme song or 70 show theme song to start playing or something like that.
Hanging out
Now, down the street, the same old
shit.
thing. Or even, like I said, if we got the, the enemy's calling me back where it come from. We got the Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Rocks. Oh,
As we're getting the replay from earlier this week, Braun Breaker at the Pat McAfee show.
just we got to have this man arbitrarily spear somebody just because. At this point, if he wasn't winning before, he is now.
Because he did the Pat thing?
He got the Pat McAfee rub. He got the ESPN rub. Yeah.
He got the ESPN rub. It was the last thing they needed.
No, I'm not saying, well, I already took him to win it. I'm just saying Fair enough. Think that's an extra nail in the coffin.
Okay. I like it. The Pat rub. I'll take it.
Pause.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But we've got the Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, taking on Bayley. And I'm still saying Tiffany Stratton is leaving Cleveland, Ohio as your women's world champion.
Well, listen, man, I managed to pull out the predicting of the Damien cash in. Why can't this be your moment with the Tiffy cash?
That's what I break the dam of being wrong the whole time if I finally get one right, and it's Tiffany.
It could be. I the only thing that made me hesitate on that was Anthony. I blame Anthony. If he's still listening, Anthony, it's all your fault. But it made me question the idea of would they do the cash in 2 years in a row at the same event?
Yes.
Fair enough.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It worked last time. How is EO doing? I think pretty good.
Right? Nick's like, they better. They can do it. They can.
Again, I'm not going to deny it. You're not going to get me to turn away from this. So I am the worst. I'm the worst witness you could call to the stand.
Right. It's too funny. Like, again, I mean, realistically, it could happen. Like, I don't doubt it for a second. Like I said, the only thing that made me hesitate was our buddy Anthony going, they did this last year. And I was like, shit, is that a factor?
Right. Well, then we've literally got a whole saga now in the chat of, I love when y'all blame Anthony, devil emoji. Anthony follows back with, sorry, KJ. And then also follows up with, shut up, MTV. But yeah, they're showing the whole video package hype in this matchup here. So we've got roundabout, we're getting closer to 20 minutes left on the clock here, and the only thing I know that's left advertised is the men's tag team title match.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to be included in this little shindig. So, this
do we let that run? I want to give that like 20 minutes. I think that'd be good.
Well, keep in mind, we're going to get substantial entrances. They'll take their time getting in there.
Is Jacob's entrance the best entrance of the Bloodline 2.0?
Yeah, though I think Tonga's was really good the one time I saw it.
Him crawling out?
Same kind of that vibe, right? Like they really hit the nail on the head with the Samoan vibe. They're gonna, again, when Def Rebel has to make you can't just use another generic alt beat. You got to do something else.
You see Jacob Fatu? You want to deal with Jacob Fatu? Go ahead. Try and make another default beat and see how that works out for you.
Yeah, you go fuck his shit up.
You go tell him this is your theme song, sir, and see if you survive. Right. But no, I think Jacob, I've said this before, and I still think I'm going to try and speak this into existence. Jacob Fatu's entrance sets up perfectly to seem like, the devil compared to Roman's, more operatic, angelic vibe of, good versus evil, of I'm still holding out. I know you want KO versus Jacob. I do want that as well. I also really want Jacob versus Roman in a prime time spot. I want that. Like that's they had worried already initially that Jacob was going to overshadow Solo. Maybe he starts to get there, but yeah, I want Roman versus Jacob. Oh, Tiffany!
Upset
the
Tiffany.
Pink briefcase.
Oh,
we're gonna get the team. We're gonna get the pink briefcase. Let's go!
There it is. There it is. There it is, folks.
Top of the night for the pink briefcase, my guy. And it's even got, the little bedazzled, and even the O has Tiffany Stratton. One of one, limited
make her more or less likely to cash in tomorrow. More or less likely to cash in tomorrow.
Oh,
are you distracted, sir?
I'm very distracted because now I've also got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven on my screen.
I would change the font. There you go, Chelsea.
But that's just like me making it cute.
Chelsea being involved in Survivor Series in Vancouver is a big thing.
Oh, absolutely.
We knew it was coming.
It was only a matter of time, and shit, it's got a fucking shoulder strap and everything, my guy.
It gave her a shoulder strap. I didn't notice that until now.
She's, very much of goddamn Alicia Silverstone and Clueless here. Of I'm waiting for the fucking. Oh, we got Jacob.
Here we go, folks.
I'm just waiting for with Tiffy for there to be a video with her of the "I'm so fancy, you already know."
The Maharaja and the Bollywood Boys have reunited in GCW. There you go.
Fair enough. Well, I've got Darkness. Not my tribal chief, but yeah, I had Darkness.
It's because they're one guy I'm not getting the blackout, so I can tell you there's a guy to the left side of the aisle that every time someone comes out that's a heel, he's just sticking his middle finger up the entire time.
Well, that's fair because they did the complete darkness, and I could kind of see like the blur behind them.
Yeah. Everything. Same thing when Logan Paul came out. Just break his finger. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's just imagine you paid that much money to just show up and have a miserable time. The whole be like, can you lose it? What?
Just had a double epiphany. Relax. It's got a strap on. Hey, strap in, strap on, folks. Tama Tonga and Fatu to win. We are getting the main event. Who are you taking, folks? DIY or the Bloodline?
Is it telling that, they came out to Jacob's music, and I feel like the Ken line was because I popped for Tiffany's briefcase. You can have that even what I'm mad at.
We knew it was the first time we've had an angle to the whole thing.
Right.
But the Bloodline
so that's what she was doing up there. That needs to be that's new t-shirt coming soon to the Wrestling for Life Network merch store.
Right. But will the Bloodline take the win? Will the Bloodline they could be tag champs going into tomorrow? Does that strengthen maybe Solo wins? No.
Could you even do this is literally just me live talking now. We're in commercial right now. Of even do just like the gold chain on like a black logo and then have Bloodline on the back. And that would actually be, you get around all the copyrights. That hashtag not sponsored, by the way. But yeah. We're out merch store in AEW, but they only are $1 billion company and we're 2.5 of 3 idiots here. I count myself as the half.
Definitely not a half.
Oh, I'm half an idiot.
Oh, and you glitched. That was perfect.
Exactly.
Oh, God forbid. Yeah, again, you're going to be corrupted.
Your middle finger.
Right? Like you're corrupted. Your child is ruined. Whatever will they do?
Facts. Most of them don't even know what it means.
Right? And you don't even notice it half the time. It's up in the background. Got DIY for the win. Interesting. Is there a potential, Jimmy? Does somebody come back to cost the Bloodline tonight? I don't know.
I think with this, we're starting to ramp up in that, at least that direction.
Right.
If we're not doing it now, we're definitely ramping up towards SummerSlam for that to happen. Yeah, no, I know I'm more like 3/4 of
what? I'm not playing fractions with you, sir. I'm too tired for math.
I'm an impractical fraction.
Accepted. Money in the Bank purse. Yes. It's the Money in the Bank brought to you by fucking Chanel.
Like I said, I'm just waiting for, I couldn't remember the rapper's name, the Caucasian Australian female rapper's name, so I was almost going to call her Izzy Dame, but the I'm so fancy, you already know. And I was like, that's what that reminds me of, where they're doing the Clueless music video. She's out there with, you know, the strap on for the, you know, the briefcase. You're making me kind of think she might hold it for a little while, because she just keeps it as just she holds the championship in it. I won the championship with this
and put it in it. That'd be crazy. But it makes me think that they made such a big deal about her getting this new thing. They put a strap on it, and yeah, it makes me think she's going to hold on to it for a while. And again, my hesitation of like 2 SummerSlams in a row. Iggy, yes, Iggy. I don't know if Nick heard me. I said it several times.
Oh, I did not at all.
Iggy.
You gave me the Iggy, and I didn't catch the Iggy.
Fun show tonight. Absolutely, Eric. Not bad, not bad. We're rolling along. No, she's a mess. I'd rather hear Nick sing. There you go. Right back to
Christian. Do we need to open a cameo? Just it'll be all just Christians want me to play karaoke the whole time.
Yeah,
apparently.
Ooh.
Oh, Ciampa, who's random generic male in the background? But yeah, what?
That's exactly. Oh, look, the wife and kids are here.
Oh yeah, because
it starts off talking
Cleveland, Ohio. You even have, you know, yeah, you got the little Browns jersey, all that. You got Indy out there in the Browns gear.
I think this is good. They're actually making me like DIY until the music starts. Shit.
Yeah, until they get their heads ripped off. This very much of seems to me a little bit of, we're so great, we're so powerful for our country, and they show up and just wham, just you ran into a Mack fucking truck named Jacob Fatu.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know. I got this weird feeling that they're going to retain.
I think they're losing. It's Cleveland. They're used to disappointment. Just let them embrace it. Just get them used to it already out the gate.
Right. I literally just rapped the whole song after Nick mentioned it. Now Anthony dancing around in his chapeau, just singing his ass off.
Just doing CEO. I'm so fancy. You already know.
Are they putting the titles on the Bloodline? A very good walk-in promo with DIY. It's one of the better things DIY has done. And I truly do believe that Triple H is trying to make DIY something.
Change their fucking music. I don't need them to have the walkout promos. I don't need them to do this or that. Change like we are. The youth of the nation. We are. Change that shit. It's a simple fix. You keep trying to change the shit that ain't broken, but you won't fix the shit that is broken.
Right. Blink 182 Sunday night at Lala. Should be fun. There you go. Got a beefy man slapping meat match on GCW Fatal 4-way match. All right.
Damon, don't worry. We'll probably get there once
we're getting there.
We'll get there. Don't worry. Give us time. You just keep letting us know in case, you know, Cardona or Gage and Hardy kick off before that.
Right.
But I think you have the Bloodline win here, and I think you I think it opens the door a little bit more and creates that opinion or that feel, that vibe, that energy that maybe Solo could win. We've got a Bloodline rules. Now you get the whole faction draped in gold. It opens it a little bit more.
Yep. We are
kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. All you heard was Jacob, don't hit me no more.
As we are ready for the main event, folks, if you haven't made a prediction yet, get in that chat. Let us know what are you or who are you taking on this one. It's a tough show. And I'm going to go DIY for the surprise. I feel like there's something afoot. I don't know. Just go with my gut.
This could be a 2-on-1 match against with Jacob Fatu versus DIY, and I'd still take Jacob Fatu.
There you go. I think Bloodline could definitely do it. I think they should do it. But I don't know. I'm just going weird. So we're going to roll with it.
No, you're picking the hometown hero. What you're picking makes sense too, just as well. They just won the belts, like you said, they're Triple H guys. Christ, you had them showing up at a local Cleveland independent show of Ciampa out there impersonating Triple H, trying to be Regeneration X and everything. So they're Hunter guys. We've seen how Vince guys are worked, how it works in WWE. We haven't seen now fully how Hunter guys work.
That was absolutely amazing. I bet against you, and I was like, I'm just taking them for shits. And the synopsis of why I took them was outstanding. So everything he just said, folks, it was perfect.
Right? Yeah, 100%. I that's how I'm that confident in my decision, because I know the strategy against myself.
Right?
Like, I can quote the enemy's battle plan.
Right, there you go. As we are off and running, Tama and Ciampa, not to make it hard on us or anything, but Tama
right.
and Ciampa are going to start off.
You telling me, though, you couldn't have, this Rebel Heart or No One Can Survive, like two guys that have the most iconic NXT themes, or some of the most iconic NXT themes. You could use one, combine them even. You get into the alarm sound, and then this Rebel Heart. Do something that's better than what they have now.
Started with the Paul, like you said. Yeah. You started with the old, I mean, again, there's
this Rebel Heart.
A little heavy.
Hey, kid, Triple H, we'll do better than Death Rebel as we go to commercial break.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, it's simple for me, and then again, I feel like every time you get a new entrance song, it's generic as shit. And I don't know if that's like the mandate. So maybe, we're mad at Def Rebel, but they're handcuffed. But man, they come up with some generic garbage.
I don't care if you're handcuffed, bitch. Fucking break out. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
No, because this is a company that used to have theme songs you could throw on and just listen to. Like, tell me you still couldn't throw on. Oh, get ready. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. And it's still a banger.
Volume 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. You used to buy CDs of just wrestling theme songs. And now we could do a whole quiz and maybe get 2 right.
Right. No, 100%. It's nice to see a building lit up, unlike Wednesday nights. I see what you're saying. Again, yeah, and I mean, I'm hoping AEW's time in Austin or in Texas will help them with brightening things up. It seems to be the idea. But yeah, I mean, again, a full building is a full building, Nick.
Is it just funny that it's
goated?
AEW's like the child, and you're more of a parent than I, so you can speak on this, of like the child that figured shit out that they were already told, and because they feel like they figured it out on their own, like they have a claim to it. It's like everyone's been saying of run smaller smaller venues, find some home bases, just kind of run consistent shows and dates and get your shit established there, a little a la NXT, especially on your secondary shows, collisions, your rampages, Ring of Honors, what have you. And now that they've done it, they want to be like, well, see, we figured that we cracked the fucking code. It's no, everyone's been telling you to do this shit. And it's good on them for doing it. But just please, if you're going to listen to that, just listen to the rest of it. Just please.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, again, folks, we are on a commercial break. But yeah, I mean, that's well said, sir. But Jimmy and Jay take the tag titles back at Bad Blood. Ooh, we're jumping. Yeah,
that's a jump. That's a jump of I still am holding out hope of you threw this theory out there of the triple threat. Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
Do they use because baby, now we got bad blood.
Right, maybe. Too expensive.
Oh, come on. They got the NFL deal. They'll just send, the Chiefs another championship belt.
Jacob hitting the back buckle on the turnbuckle.
All right.
Tonga reaching for the tag.
Oh, we're going to have the dual tag. Yep, tagging a Gargano, tagging a Tama. Swinging a whiff
for Johnny. Throwing lefts, Nick. How did Big Nick get a whole club section to himself? Balling.
Exactly. Because I am Big Nick, my guy.
Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Lounge.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a whole fucking segment. That'll go back to what everyone wanted me to do. You know what grinds my gears?
Right, slingshot, spear, 2 count.
I'll just Club Shay, Club Big Nick,
Club Nick A.
Whoa,
so many great wrestling songs. Facts, like MDB said, that Volume 4 is goated.
Oh, Christ. Oh, little bit of a senton tope mid rope on the outside on the Jacob. Oh, setting up a super air raid crash. Brett's rope air raid crash. Look
at Solo standing there like he has a hump in his back. Like he's just in the background, like looking like dude from fucking the Minion movies.
They're just constantly just like shoulder shrugging. Just
straighten up, bro.
Right?
With Big Nick. There you go. Now,
I don't want to be a player no more. I just crush a lot.
There you go. Followed by the Rougeos. Interesting choices. Choices. Wouldn't even cross my mind.
Not even on the best day.
Johnny gets kicked, falls out, and Jacob hip thrust.
And even with Jacob like slimming down a little bit, like it just seems that much more violent when he hits the corner.
He's moving faster. It's insane. Love it.
2. Oh, Johnny just barely breaks it up. Excuse me. Again, the double spot there. Double throat chop.
Right.
It's still crazy to me. Jacob Fatu's facial. Oh!
Into the stairs.
I was going to say, Jacob Fatu's facials of he constantly looks like a good man possessed. He takes a hip thrust into the steps. 2 count as the little roll up there. Jimmy Sue Fong. Hello.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. What's Solo's record like 3-12? Oh, here comes Tonga Loa. Oh, Samoan Spike from Solo. Oh. Do it. Oh. 1, 2. 2 count. 2. Dos amigos, dos. Oh. I thought for half a second Jacob was going to just be like, no, let me get him and just shove him out of the way.
It feels like, oh, shit.
Oh, are we going to go? Please don't tell me we're going to go to another commercial break. Oh, okay. We had the double points up, double super kicks. Tonga Loa again causing distraction. Eats a super kick.
Johnny all on his own, folks, by the way. Ciampa's been taken out with a spike.
Right.
Tope! Down goes Tama. Solo not happy.
What? Ooh. Poison Rana!
Wow.
And Jacob no-sells it. You should know by now. Samoan's got a hard head. Pause. Oh, it's a super kick.
Run, Johnny.
Hop up, Samoan drop.
We're getting new champs, folks. We're getting new champs,
Gets up
folks.
into the prettiest Samoan moonsault ever.
You can't call it that.
Oh,
holy shit.
Dog walk this guy.
You're going to do it.
1,
2,
3.
and
New tag team champions of the world.
The Bloodline is victorious. Jacob Fatu with the W.
A guy you never thought would have been in WWE because of all of his transgressions and everything like that is now a tag team champion in WWE.
Right.
And everything that I saw at the end of that right there made me clamor even more for what you said of wanting KJ, or wanting, I almost said KJ, KO versus Jacob Fatu. You don't need to fight him. Let KO do it.
Right. They need to run that back. That was a good match. It really was a good match.
The pop-up Samoan drop countering a pop-up power bomb, I think would be crazy.
9. Wow. Flattens Johnny Gargano, and the Bloodline 2.0 now has some gold, folks.
And Jacob's the one that gets the win, gets the pin, and was the dominant factor in that match.
And the first one to put the belts on Solo's shoulders.
Well, he's the one that was praying and all that behind him.
The Bloodline is victorious. No return, no surprise.
Well, we've got 3 minutes on the clock. You shut your whore mouth.
God damn. DIY is a perfect face. Team to face the guys. What a match. Yeah, so let DIY chase them, maybe. No Jimmy. Don't Jimmy me, Jules.
That visual right there, though.
Perfect. A new. No, you're right. The visual is perfect. It is absolutely perfect.
Well, he's out there. Oh, damn it. And so that does it. I was hoping at least for something, a tease, a tinge, tingling.
Got all the teases we need. Ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown has gone off the air. Give us your rating out of 10. What do you think of the show tonight? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you like? What didn't you like? But you have new men's tag team champions. You still have the defending, retaining women's champions, and lots to figure out. Lots of intrigue with this one. I will say I enjoyed SmackDown tonight. It worked for me in a lot of ways, my friend.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm literally now playing the doppelganger game of, well, we've got Rampage and also trying to pull up GCW. But yeah, the ending visual, I know it was a little, like you called it, the easy booking, the easy way out. You went through the side door instead of through the main door of having the Bloodline rules match at SummerSlam. But I think you opened Pandora's box a little bit for that as well. And you needed something that kicked in the door a little bit and made it seem believable that Solo could win. And now with adding the Bloodline having tag team gold around their waist, you've nudged that door a little bit more. You've now starting to close that gap of making it at least seem feasible, fallible, plausible that Solo could win.
Yeah, again, that visual you end the show with, he looks like a champ. He looks like a badass. He looks like they're ready to take over and dominate, which again will play out very, in a very big way tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to this because they have done nothing but the last 3, 4, 5 weeks is establish the Bloodline and what they bring to the table. And I'm sorry, if you're sitting at home watching Jacob Fatu run around at the end of that match and then drill that moonsault and then hit the pop-up Samoan drop and then lead it into the finish and get that win, and you're like, this sucks. I don't know what you want from wrestling because, my God, I mean, they are delivering. And I don't care if the Bloodline goes off the air every week like that. They're the big bad heels. You got to overcome them.
I'm gonna just say this respectfully, and you can be mad at me, not at the channel or anybody involved in this. So if you're saying that way and feeling that way, you're just sitting at home with bitter bitch face at this point.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, what do you have to be mad about? Oh, well, it's one of those of it. Yeah, I know, but it's good shit. And like I said, that's a hell of a way to get Jacob over as shit, as he's the one that's the fill-in on the tag team here. This would have been Gorillas of Destiny versus DIY. And still, I'm still now, that last segment there made me want even more what you've wanted of KO versus Jacob Fatu, because that's a fucking Canadian backloader meeting up fucking Samoan Bulldozer with that.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think the physicality is going to be there. I think it's a perfect brawl. I wonder if they try and set up like, RKO. You bring Randy back, KO back. They go after the tag titles. The obvious one is the Usos. Can you reunite the Usos to go after those belts? Yeah, it's a lot more. Sorry, DIY, but it is a lot more compelling with the Bloodline holding onto those belts. If you want to have DIY try and run that back and chase, good. But that's the thing about DIY. They can give you good matches. And tonight their presentation was a little better. That theme song's a killer, but yeah, I mean, champs.
It's still a dream match of the Usos taking on Gorillas of Destiny. Ain't nobody realer than Gorillas,
right?
So I do have on Rampage. I have Wheeler Yuta taking on Butcher, and I have GCW Now and Forever pulled up as well. We've got Mance Warner, Matt Cardona, and Jimmy Broski in the ring right now.
Jimmy Broski, hilarious. 7.75 out of 10. This builds up the Bloodline, and I'm fine with it. Fact. Tomorrow, 8 out of 10. Solo holding those belts is a perfect story. I wonder if Bloodline Rules allows this match to be a really open door, Nick. Like, it could be chaos. It could be like WrestleMania. Remember WrestleMania?
Oh, I figured that's where we could get multiple returns, multiple debuts. We could get, I said at the beginning of the stream, we could get 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Samoan, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Samoan.
Right.
We're gonna get a Zilla, we're gonna get a Hikaleo, we're gonna get a Jimmy, we're gonna get a Roman, we're gonna get a Heyman, we're gonna do this, that.
Yeah, could it really be a case of the like trips? Like, fuck it, guys, we're gonna go for a home run. We're gonna punt this. Like, we're gonna fucking annihilate everyone's expectations. They want something, we'll give them something.
We're not only gonna hit a home run, we're gonna tear the leather off the fucking ball when we hit it out the park.
7 out of 10 from Larry. Fatu is the new Undertaker. Interesting take.
No, I think he's just the new dominant force incarnate of. That's why, like I said, I want to see him versus a Roman, because that's spear versus super hip thrust in the corner. That, like, there are two guys that move way athletically that they shouldn't, like, way more athletically than they should.
Yeah. 8 out of 10 from Damien. Johnny will be feeling the end of that match tomorrow, 100%. Bloodline Rules, says Alexander. Jacob Fatu was going to lose. Wasn't going to lose. Yeah, I mean, people said that in the chat. And the proof's in the pudding on this one, Nick.
Is the proof's in the Samoan cranium, I guess. The Polynesian Pineapple Express.
Right. Patience, Nick. Summerslam is tomorrow.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get there. Well, so we've got Mance taking on fucking Kung Fu Kid, I guess. I don't know. Kid who looks like he looks like he's an adult that just crawled up out of his mother's basement. Still fresh out of the late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's wearing his Saved by the Bell gear. He thought it was going to be the good choice for his big moment.
He's the one that leaked out the story about the backstage altercation in AEW, and he's the one that took the picture of Shane and TK. Because he's just out there hanging back in that fucking locker room.
Right. As folks, if you were just tuning in, we got Rampage on. We got GCW Now and Forever as well. And Mance Warner in complete control of this gentleman. And SmackDown just finished, so we are going to do our post SmackDown show as well. Get in that chat. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. We're going to be here for a little bit more. But 8 out of 10 from Ronan, 7.41 from Scott. Number one show every Friday, Jimmy says. There you go. There you go.
I like the caveat. Number one show every Friday.
Every Friday. There you go.
SmackDown. The show that only goes on Friday. The number one show every Friday.
All right. Awesome. SmackDown, 9 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. The only thing that stood out was the main event and the Night Paul segment. I disagree with that, but fair enough. 7.5 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Whatevs. All right. 9 out of 10. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was LA Knight stealing Logan Prime, Paul Prime truck. Yeah, that never went anywhere, though. I guess he's going to show up tomorrow with it, maybe. Worst part of the show was the pink Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he's going to show up during the pre-show with that.
Right. 7 out of 10 from Dale. Solid 7. The stare down we'd all been waiting for. Now the Bloodline will never lose tag titles. They may have those tag titles for quite a while.
But hey, though, just to keep yeah, they will. But Matthew Justice just came out on GCW to take on man, as I think they were kind of teasing the walk music, and it had me thinking of RVD showing up.
Right.
Are they at the ballroom or no? They're not at it.
No.
Looks slightly close to it.
No, they're in
that weird structure of I don't know what that seating arrangement is, but
it's
ballroom's known for it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're in Cleveland.
Oh.
9 out of 10. Why would that be the worst? Christian, it was literally speaks to Tiffany in a nutshell. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. DIY deserves better. Spend years trying to get the titles. This whole term of deserves, like they're they're working, they're doing their thing. They're not that over right now. And sorry, they get swallowed up by something bigger and better. This whole we deserve stuff. I don't get it. I don't think so.
Well, I like this though of Larry saying Prime Truck will turn as a Mountain Dew Code Blue truck tomorrow. Well, Charles had it read my mind here with this of solid 8. I don't know if I'd give it an 8, but that Prime Truck will be a Slim Jim truck tomorrow. Absolutely, he's gonna show up with a truck bed of Slim Jims. Oh yeah, snap into it. Yeah,
snap into a Slim Jim.
Pause.
Oh, we stopped. Zilla wrestled. Yeah, Zilla wrestled earlier tonight. Yes, he picked up the win. Hope we get Roman tomorrow. I can't imagine we don't. And again,
at this point, they've set the cards up to like they've stacked the deck.
Yeah, I'd like to think we've come to a pretty good. I feel confident that I follow what they're trying to give me pretty well. They definitely have me confused on a few things going into this, but I can't imagine we don't get Roman. It's just how and what capacity. If everyone, they could do one of those Roman walks out and they do a stare down and go off the air with them staring at each other. Is that enough? We've been there.
But the Bloodline rules allows that he could show up and you don't know whose side is he on a little bit even.
A little bit.
It does. I know, like, again, beating a dead horse here a little bit, but you said that this was the easy booking, but it opens the Pandora's box for all of these different options that may have not been so easily accessible before.
Yeah, it opens it the widest, as far as any,
it gave it
the possibilities are pretty deep. So I think that you have, again, the possibility that people out there are suggesting, well, what if Roman comes out and now it's Bloodline rules, but Roman takes out Cody, Solo gets the win, but Roman still got beef with Solo, but he wants the belt back in the family.
Roman just wins the belt then of just fuck it, it's Bloodline rules. I myself in this match now. It's a triple threat.
No, but he helps Solo win it.
Yeah, fuck that. I could vaguely see that. I think you and Anthony were talking about that on Thursday. Of like he plays this like sleeper cell agent type thing a little bit. At least Anthony was where he's like that. Right. He
know
he
what's
takes
up.
down the bloodline from inside.
Yeah, it's a little trickier when they already kind of know what's up and the line's already been kind of drawn in the sand, so it's a tough shout there. But at the end of the day, I think that you have, Roman comes out. You could technically, simply, all right, you got the belt. Now I'm coming to take the belt from you with my head of the table spot, which would blow everybody's mind. I don't see it. I don't, but there's endless possibilities with what we can get here. I want to quickly say thank you to Regan for the super chat. We appreciate it. I can foresee the until WrestleMania Jay and Jim. Am I going to win the tag titles? Solo going to beat Cody. Rock Roman at Mania. Lots of parts there. Jay Jimmy against are going to win tag titles. It's going to be a good tag match. You said dream match, Nick.
Well, them versus you'd also have to add in Tonga instead of Jacob. Of Christ, if you want to book it this way, you go full WrestleMania. You do the Usos versus Gorillas of Destiny. You do Jacob Fatu versus Kevin Owens, and you do Dwayne versus Roman. I don't think you could hold it. Like, it'd be interesting to see who put Cody against at that point. Sidebar question: do you think we get a Cody Rock match?
I think we do. I think that one's still on the docket.
When and where?
It's a good question because of this.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah, it's a really solid question overall. Like, I wonder if you could do it in towards Survivor Series. So Roman's busy with the Bloodline, but the Roman and then Rock's kind of tied into that. That's a tough one. It really is. It could be early next year, maybe Rumble.
Perhaps. Well, it also, I think it depends on if, when, and how, as Yuta gets the win on Butcher, as small children in the front row are now slapping the taste out of Mance's face. Bro, little kid he looks like
happy.
What's his name? Parker Boudreaux. That was supposed to be the Brock Lesnar 2.0. Parker. That looks like Parker if he was a little child in the front row was that kid on GCW, because he's got the little like frilly mohawk bullshit.
Oh shit. Sorry, Justin's chucking a chair.
Imagine chucking and just caught it with his face.
Like, why'd she put her face near a tire? No.
Right. But we've got the maximum male models. I dig the maximum male models outside of WWE.
I don't disagree with you. Here's a question, though. You bring in somebody with name value. It might not be the biggest name value, but you bring in maximum male models from another company, and you put them on Ring of Honor and Rampage. Is that a mistake? Especially with some of the hot...
Because even regardless of fully even name value, I see what you're saying with name value. They have fucking personality, which is fucking lacking across the board of an actual personality you can get behind. You understand the motive, you understand the character that they are 100%. That's something that you can get behind. So I think that needs to be a staple. It's a good foundation, a good founding block for your television programming. And especially, we've talked about it, their tag team division sucks ass. So have them in there, have them involved, have them be... Their tag division at this point is just the Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaimed. Throw the maximum male models or MXM, what have you, in there. And there you go. You've got two heels, you've got two face teams. You've got a division at that point.
You got to start of something. And that's right.
You got the founding blocks there.
Like, you're bringing in this talent, and it doesn't help your product at the Ring of Honor. Like, you didn't have extra people tune into Ring of Honor because of it, because it's so buried. Rampage, again, are they going to get bigger numbers on Rampage tonight because of this match? No, but I think you add a little more entertainment value to your weekly show where your biggest audience tunes into. It just seems normal to me. Like, it seems like simple, math equation. A plus B equals C.
It's 100% of, you know, you're bringing in this faction, you're bringing in this tag team, you're bringing in this group, you're bringing this talent, you're building them up, you've got some personality behind them and everything like that. You would kind of want to focus them. Granted, the way AEW has been going, I saw people even saying with the Shane TK photo of like they'll bring him in for a week and then, you know, people get sick of him and they'll overbook him and fuck him up within a week.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, again, very interesting that like, and it just you have like he says it all the time. Like we got such a talented roster, and it's like then use them. Like
The same
use
guy who
them.
says we have a talented roster is I wish I could just find a way to get Ricky Starks on my screen.
Yeah.
What
Absolutely.
the fuck are you saying? Does the right hand talk to the left hand? And I know I pulled up the wrong hands, but you got what I was saying.
We got you. But just to read, this is an interesting one, real quick. The idea that Cena versus Cody, I think it could happen. I really do.
When and where? I know that could be the argue for that's the last Cena match.
Yeah,
I've seen the case being it needs to be Cena Orton. You need that to be the closeout.
I like the idea of Cena Cody. I like the idea of maybe even Cena having the belt going into Mania and Cody's got to win it back. But I like the idea of maybe a passing of the torch type match, like the old Homelander to the, you know, the Peacemaker to Homelander, you know, like the
but
handoff.
Is that passing of the torch or is that, you know, Cap to Sam Wilson?
That's a good question. Yeah, no, I think it's I think it would be passing of the torch. I think it's you know, it's that moment of like, okay, bye everybody. This is the guy you love now.
But would you say Cody's the most comparable to Cena right now?
Yeah, I think so.
You couldn't see Cody having a heel run or anything like that. Could change on a dime. He goes full Homelander and just, well, I tried to do things the nice way, and y'all motherfuckers didn't want to do it. So now we're going to do things the hard way. Pause. Yeah, I think that there's a tinge of, there's a depth of a character to Cody that he could be that heel. He was a heel initially in AEW, and they just rejected him as it. So I think that could be an angle. I don't think there was ever a depth to Cena being a full heel.
The Cena was, I'm not sure how this all connected, but yeah, no, I think, I think Cody's got heel potential. I really do. Cena had heel potential in some varying ways. That's why people kind of push for it. But yeah, as far as being like the top baby face, the top kind of, you know, the guy that's going to do the, you know, the Make-A-Wishes and some of the extra stuff and be the guy that does all the press conferences, and that's the passing of the torch. Cena to Cody. I don't think anyone else fits that mold any better.
Yeah, he fits the corporate guy mold.
Yeah. The guy doing talk shows and shit. Blake Christian versus Warner. We're watching GCW, and you're already selling us on future GCW.
Damien, slow your roll a wee bit, sir, my guy. Like, let us watch the show we're watching now before you tell us about shows in the future.
Right.
As I'm in commercial break on Rampage, as I've got doors. I've got Jim Morrison in the doors getting slid into the ring on GCW with Mance taking a chair to Justice's back on the ramp, which literally, if you've ever worked in any sort of retail or you know, unloading job, like that's the back of a fucking 18-wheeler's ramp right there is what that is. That's their entranceway, is just like a dock plate.
Mm-hmm. Joshua, we stream all the shows. If it's a show, we'll be here watching it. So you know we're doing SummerSlam tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We 100% will be here for SummerSlam. Everybody else out there using, you know, their super chat money to go pay for their trips to, you know, SummerSlam and everything like that. No, we're here. Would rather be here watching it with y'all than pretending to be making content at, you know, Cleveland.
Passing a torch should be handed to another old wrestler. No. Actually, you pass it to the next generation, my guy.
Right. So then you just pass it to passing the torch down the line.
You pass it to another dude your age. Like, but I'm retiring with you, bro. What do you mean?
Right.
I got to keep working. You leave it.
See, John's with me. That's what I feel. This is a little bit more of. It's a little, cap to Falcon a little bit versus, the straight 1-to-1 trade-off.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe because Cody isn't as young, like it is a bit of like Cody's kind of stepped into a veteran role, so it's like a late rub kind of idea. Pause.
Well, it's not even the age or anything like that. I think it's Cody still has a developed enough character of. So it could be a little bit of that of, no, I'm saying the age or what have you of that. It's like when Angle was going with Cena and ruthless aggression, Cena was the whippersnapper, the young upstart and everything like that. So that's more of the rub than a guy who's already establishing himself as the babyface and the face of the company, having it with the old guard a little bit.
I mean,
if you had a Cena versus Braun, I think that might be more of quote unquote passing the torch.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. It's like the guy's already sitting in the pilot seat, and you're like, "Well, you can draw,
excuse me, I'll show you how to fly this ship here."
I've been flying, motherfucker. What do you mean?
Right. It gets a little Dwayne-ish.
Right now, why I like what I think is the interesting part of this one is the idea that the fans might choose. Like it could push Cody or Cena temporarily heel. They might pick a side.
But you avoid it, and I don't even like being down this rabbit hole of a Cena versus Cody because I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's warranted. I still think last match, end of an era, end of a decade, end of a career.
Yep.
You can't see me is Cena versus Randy. That's literally 1A to 1B right there.
Yeah.
That would be like Jordan retiring in a game against Kobe type shit.
Yeah, and I mean, a part of me wondered, okay, like I said, the Cody thing, yeah, that'd be cool. Why I like the Randy idea is there's an opportunity, maybe there's an opportunity of like 2 or 3, like you get Batista come back for a guest spot, but you can kind of have a bunch of
one-on-one.
Yeah, you can kind of get remake the ending of an era. It's the ending of this era with kind of the
ruthless aggression era.
Yeah, like it's that farewell moment and Triple H is like, goodbye, Vince, and everything you stood for. Toodles.
You do it like to where you had as I've got Harley Cameron cutting a promo, and I'm glad I'm talking right now, so I don't have to listen to this.
Yeah, Manson's setting up a chair table, a
door table. Shout out Nyla Rose, but yeah, if you get it to where it's a little bit like when you had Taker, what was it? Taker, Triple H, and Shawn was the special guest referee. You do something akin to that a little bit.
Yeah, kind of have that moment, right? Like kind of have that kind of
where they all walk off, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, a bit out a little bit.
Now, could you do it? Now, do you do it? Because I think they're both close or within target range of the recognized Ric Flair title record and everything. Do you do it for a world title and one of them breaks it?
Mm-hmm. Well,
do either of them break it? I'll ask that.
Well, Randy needs 2, right? Is my math correct? Then you can remind me.
I think he's 2 off. Cena's tied or just
tied.
He's tied. He's the Barry Bonds in this.
I am 100% confident that before John Cena retires, he is that new record holder, and they're going to make a big deal about it. And then Ric Flair is going to have a drunken Twitter tirade about it.
He's going to go the fuck up.
That is my prediction.
It's going to be Ric Flair watch at that point.
Yeah. Triple H used to be my friend, but now he's giving my records away. But my real record.
Oh, we were in Evolution together and everything. I don't know why I turned into Bill Cosby a little bit with doing
I don't know how you went that route, but
I can't do an H.
Started making me feel sleepy right away. I don't know why.
Everyone, pump your drinks. Put your hand over it.
Oh shit. Justice just throwing doors. Sorry.
What the fuck did he just throw at him? It's not even a door. Like he's throwing just shards of a door.
Right.
And just burying this man. As we've also got Harley Cameron and Nyla Rose on my screen. I still can't believe Harley Cameron is what people consider a professional wrestler.
Right.
Respectfully and disrespectfully.
Man, you got to give her some love. You can't. Harley's okay. It's just she's stuck in a weird space. I think you could do something with Harley.
Yeah, her space that she's in, that she's stuck in, that's weird, is on my TV screen. I don't need to see her on the TV screen.
It has not been good. I'm not advocating for anything that we've seen her do on TV. I just feel like there's more there. I feel like she can, if she wasn't shoved into AEW with Saraya, and she was elsewhere.
TNA.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like Harley Cameron, Danielle, right? On Instagram. Go check her out.
Oh, I don't.
I am lost to
pay attention to that.
I don't even know what y'all two are talking about. So,
speaking of TNA, and we had someone send in their letter of resignation and step aside, like one Joseph Biden, letting us know that they will no longer be running for office in TNA. Could you see a Mustafa Ali show up at a SummerSlam or anything like that? Instead of a Ricochet, you see a Mustafa Ali.
Triple H and HBK, from my knowledge, are fans of Ali. Mm-hmm. They believed in him at one point, and maybe this, I think this is what he wanted to do with Vince, and never got to do it. And then he went on.
I've been saying this.
Yeah, and I did not like him. I didn't like him as the goody two shoes cop turned hero. I never got into Ali. I felt like, his matches were good.
He was making chicken shit out of chicken salad.
Right? In a lot of ways. And it was flat. It lacked personality. But the whole show did back then. What he's done on the indies has been outstanding. And again, you said it. And to watch it come to fruition, I mean, he's done extremely well with this. And if they just bring him in like that, you can put him anywhere.
That's what I said. If they had that, and then now they saw what he could have done and see how well it went without their packaging, without their, promotion, what have you, without their scope, their view on it and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So you bring in Mustafa out there as, especially as a political guy in 2024, an election year and everything, and you add him into the U.S. title scene. Him versus Mustafa versus LA Knight. I almost called him LA Knight, but LA Knight. But 100%, just let him cook, my guy. And then you throw in Carmelo, you throw in Andrade. That's a solid fucking division.
Yeah, you got a lot of names and a lot of similarities, and again, a very high work rate bunch of talent, almost going back to the old days, right, where it was the Guerreros and
you make the IC division, the Beastie Boys, and you make the U.S. title the work rate, which is interesting. Imagine, sorry I cut you off, but I'll end it with this. Remember when they used to have titles that were based around work rate, and the mid-card titles even had differentiations between them.
Right, 100%, and it's important. Spent $380 at the Summerslam. Attaboy, get in there, Scott. I like you, buddy.
Right.
Nobody cares about Ali. He's mid. Tony coming in hard.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy. I care about Ali. Christ, I'm American. I would almost rather vote for Ali than the two candidates we got now currently, respectfully.
Again, I'm not the biggest Ali fan, but he's definitely won me over with his TNA run. I like the gimmick. I think if you brought him out every show with security like that, and you had some good. Again, I don't think he's going to be WWE World Champion, but then I never thought Ray was going to be WWE World Champion until he was. So shit happens. Mick Foley won world title several times, a few actually.
That'll put butts in seats.
Right? So, I mean, they can't sell it out.
What sold me with Ali of what he could be as far as doing character work, etc., was around 205 Live era when he was having the feud with Cedric and what have you. And he would cut promos and everything just on his phone, and he just don't put them up to Twitter or what have you, and all that. And it wasn't anything. What?
He had you so convinced that he was actually going to win that match, like because he had sold you so hard.
But that's the thing, is because when he's actually able to touch into who he genuinely is and can let down the facade and he can be what he really wants to be, he's fucking good on the mic. He's good at conveying emotion. And that's what really you need, especially in pro wrestling, because it's unique now in pro wrestling in 2024. And he can go in the ring 100%.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I never had any issue with his work. And it literally, you got a point, because what I saw in those WWE days and where he's walking down the street and giving the emotional, I mean, it's the same nonsense and garbage we saw with like Lacey Evans and others that like just they were so out of touch and so bland and so boring. So again, could he be on his way back? But I'm going to break it first, folks. He is going to be revealed as the man behind Hologram.
No, we already know who Hologram is.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm like, no, he's just reverse, hacker gimmick. Because that's the thing, he got the fucking full Monty of trash gimmicks in WWE. He got Retribution, the hacker gimmick that didn't go anywhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He was just set up to fail.
So bad. As one of my favorite tag teams in all of wrestling to call, Los Mazizos is here.
As we're still underway with Harley Cameron and Nia Jax. Oh god, someone's gonna come from ahead now.
Right. Solo beats Cody. Cena beats Solo. Cody beats Cena at Mania. Simple, everyone happy. It's well played, Regan. Nice and crisp. I like that message all around.
Yeah, what in the convoluted shit was that?
But Solo beats Cody. I will fall out of my chair live if Cody loses. Hologram is James Ellsworth. Let's go. Like, could you imagine? Like, is there a way that shit? Holy fuck! They ballsy. They took the belt off Cody.
It would be a huge course correct. It would be one of those that's a whole, like you said, it's a holy shit fuck moment of you're falling out of your chair of they really went there, because that's one of those you'd have to move. You feel like you have to move heaven and earth to get this belt off Cody at this point.
Yeah, you think the moment has to speak like it's big, but then you're thinking, SummerSlam, main event. I mean, it just feels too soon. But is that because we're so accustomed to not having title changes? Like, we almost feel reluctant to call title changes now because we don't get a lot of them.
Well, it's because for the longest time, as we're back to the Street Profits backstage, that was a long focus on this airbrushed ass t-shirt. Fucking Crossroads now, making me think of Bone Thugs and Harmony at the Crossroads.
Yeah.
But is it that we're so set up for long title reigns?
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean. Yeah,
the person that has the title is like the anchor of the company, versus they could have it more as a transitional piece and everything.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you kind of twisted me at the end there, but I think that I don't even know where I was going to go with that, man, to be 100% honest with you. But
I tried. I was saying we're expecting long time. We got position for long title reigns.
My bad. That was exactly what I was thinking, and that's what I had said. Where we're not used to it. Long IC title runs, long world title runs, long title runs. So, and I mean, to their credit, we saw a title change tonight. Very quick title run for DIY. So they're proving me wrong. I mean, how far to the other end of the spectrum will they go?
Yeah, but I mean, changing the titles from DIY to the Bloodlines a much more minute shift than changing the title from Cody Rhodes to Solo Sikoa, as we've got the learning tree.
I'm not watching it.
Fair. Well, I've got Jackson Drake, and I don't want to. I will say this as politely as I can. If we had Ben Bishop on here, that man is like not Ben. Like he's the most like adverse, like multiverse, opposite universe of Ben out here. This man's looking feeble and frail.
Feeble and frail, not young and spry. So
Right,
definitely a
but yeah,
different vibe altogether.
he's taking on Brian Keith. Just Jesus Christ. This is So this is how the mighty have fallen. Of
the bad apple.
Brian Keith, and he was the Swisher House champion. Fuck off with your bad apple shit.
Bad apple. One bad apple
door.
The whole bunch, girl. Sorry, rough day. Poor bounty hunter.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hoes all on me. But yeah, we had former Swisher House champion Brian Keith, who was literally one of the hottest guys on the independent scene, the guy who everybody was trying to snatch up. Pause. And now he's stuck, like you said, as the bad apple, the crab apple of the fucking learning tree that no one's ever wished more for fucking a root rot than ever before when it comes to the learning tree.
If anybody knows where I can get some termites, I'd be happy.
Literally, Miracle Grow stocks have gone down since they introduced Chris Jericho as the learning tree, because now people just fucking hate, growing anything. They're like, well, they're just going to turn into Chris Jericho.
Absolutely. Again, thank you, Regan, for the generosity. Triple H era, anything can happen. WWE different now. I foresee it the first night you guys enjoying your channel. Welcome to the channel. We are the Wrestling Utopia, and we appreciate all the super chats. Don't forget, folks, we do have those super chats. But I like this. It's been very unpredictable, and there's even matches that I'm not even convinced I got a handle on my prediction going into it. Like, it's insane.
And what even makes it, I think, a little bit better is even if you're wrong with your prediction, the other outcome ain't that bad. Like, you can be okay. Like, I'll take it. It's not one of those of you're completely, losing your mind. Like, we'll even say we talked about this, and we essentially are on opposite sides of the same coin. Of you think Punk wins because of shiesty situations, and Seth reluctantly counts the pinfall. I'm that same way. Just Drew gets the pinfall win. So again, if you're right and I'm wrong, I'm still happy with the outcome, and I would hope that you feel the same.
No, fuck you. No, I mean, again, I like the possibilities. As long as you deliver on the entertainment side of the possibilities. I know there is a contingent of fans that if it doesn't go down exactly the way they thought it was going to go down, it sucks. But I'm really excited to see what all happens, who shows up, if any. It'd be really crazy. Cody beats Solo and nobody shows up. We're all going to be like, huh?
Right. Adam Not 22. I will read your comment, but I won't click on it because statute of limitations and so on and so forth. He stopped growing vitamins as soon as the learning tree started. I will not endorse them in any way. Like I said, topiaries, Scott's, Miracle Grow, the sales have all been down ever since the learning tree has sprung up.
Yeah, as Keith gets the W, folks. And he will take on Shibata on Wednesday. The saga continues.
Shibata, ooh, I want to take you to the jobber. The fuck off. I don't want to watch you. Way down in Kokomo. I don't know. I just kept going. I think Brian Keith and Jeff Jarrett in like Undertaker-y hat off.
Sure, I'm getting the Shibata translation, so it's kind of cute. Why does Rocky? I don't think we get the Rock tomorrow. I really don't.
No, No, that would be the ultimate holy shit moment. And I'll say this: if we get Roman, Solo's losing. If we get Dwayne, Solo's winning.
Mm-hmm.
There's your tell. It was already a little bit of a tell if this wasn't going to be the main event. If it wasn't the main event, we weren't getting Roman. Now I'll say at this point, I feel we're expecting a return, especially Bloodline rules.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be a Dwayne? Because Dwayne's the one that initiated of wanting the Bloodline rules and all of that.
Good point, but I still think they hold off. That gets revealed after. I think I could be wrong. They could all show up. We could have Rikishi. We could have the surviving members.
Just give it all to us. Pause.
They go off the air and it's just Samoan chaos everywhere.
All Samoan wrestling.
I used to date a girl from Kokomo. There you go.
Was her name Kokomo or was she from Kokomo? Is Kokomo a place?
Would take this steam out of Roman's return
with Dwayne.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think the focus, and you kind of want to have that moment. But I'm on commercial break on Rampage.
I've got a Maki Ito video package right now and John Wayne Murdoch. Are we about to get these two in a fucking match right now? That would be some GCW shit. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Rock spotted in Cleveland.
Yeah, we are getting John Wayne Murdoch versus Maki Ito right now. Is about to happen as a match. So, folks, we're watching Rampage as well, but we're also watching GCW Now and Forever. So let us know who you're taking, of whether you're taking John Wayne Murdoch or Maki Ito.
Right. Thank you, Regan. Thank you. Rock is spotted in Cleveland. He works for the company, so doesn't mean we get anything.
They just found a bald, semi-tan guy with like an arm sleeve tattoo. And they're like, Dwayne. Well, did you see that Gunther found Tupac hanging out in Cleveland as well?
I'll show
First
you.
First fuck your chops and the click you claim.
I was pretty sure I had found him as well. I'll send you the picture. It's funny as shit.
Fair enough.
It's too funny, but no, I thought the Gunther picture popped me. Of all things, of like, wait, what? How did that even?
I chopped your chest, you goth mother. Take money. Now I'm just picturing Gunther doing hit him up.
The Rock is a sheriff holder, so it's not weird for him to be there. Not at all. Not at all. And again, that's what I love this. People guessing. Oh, he might be there. I think he's there. Maybe he's not. I don't think, again, they could prove us wrong, and everybody shows up. We get Lance and Hikaleu and Tonga, whoever that is. If it's one of them or not, I don't know. We don't know.
Even down to matches like Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn, you could feel 99.9% correct on your decision. Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, yeah, you can have that. That even what I'm mad at, and completely go opposed to that and make it make sense.
Right.
Like, that's the thing, is it's not like other companies, I'll say, that could pivot and they fumble. Now, granted, some pivots might be a fumble even in WWE. If they go the way that, potentially they could go with this. But they can make a story, like, they've got enough options and enough layers to pull through that any way they go with a lot of this shit works.
Yeah, again, the options are plenty, and that's what we want as fans, is we want to be entertained. We want to be, we want to see it make sense. And ultimately, we want to enjoy the show. We want to be able to dive into the universe that you've created
right.
and enjoy this. I like this. All eyes on Nick. There you go. Thoughts on Wrestling Days page? Yeah, it's not really for us to talk about, but I don't know. We'll leave that alone. But welcome, Sigmund. I think you're a new name here.
Yeah, no, you have that ain't what I'm mad at right now.
Right.
No, go ahead. Sorry. You go. You were talking.
Maki Ito. I'd save The Rock for Bad Blood. That'd be a great time to bring him back. Or just, you bring him back Oh wait, no, I'm trying to remember. Bad Blood would be I mean, and you built for War Games in Vancouver, and The Rock and crew against Roman and crew. I think it's wicked.
Yeah, does it? Which is the bigger moment? The Hell in a Cell match that we still are again fantasy booking for Bad Blood, or Dwayne shows up?
Like for tomorrow with Dwayne?
No, for if you're gonna do it at Bad Blood, you said at Dwayne at Bad Blood,
Yeah.
and we're also fantasy booking like the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah,
Like I'm saying, which would be the bigger moment, the closing
yeah.
moment for you?
Because what I think you set up is Roman versus Solo at the next pay-per-view, which would be Berlin, and then you follow that into Bad Blood. I don't know. I mean, again, you still have to figure out all the pieces for Roman as far as Jimmy, Jay, Sammy. Who is it? Hikuleo? Is it Lance? Like, does he bring in his own mercenaries? Oh, you think you went and got the baddest guys in the family? I got some bad boys from our family too.
I don't think Roman has a match. If he, especially even if Roman shows up at SummerSlam, he doesn't have a match at Bash.
No.
No.
Okay.
Someone in the bloodline might, or bloodlines might. Roman will not.
Okay.
And I think Bad Blood, you maybe get a something. That's honestly where I would do a Bad Blood, or what I would do at Bad Blood. And you mentioned this, and if they ain't gonna do it at SummerSlam, fuck it. There's no better place to do it at Bad Blood. Jacob Fatu versus Kevin Owens in a street fight, and just let them go to fucking hell for leather.
Let them go to town.
I think around then is still when you could have Roman trying to rally the troops, find troops, what have you. Because think about it, Roman's been the asshole. He's been the big asshole this whole time. And now you're trying to get people on your side. That might be a little difficult if they're not related to you.
Well, yeah, you got some splaining to do. You got some apologies. You got some band-aids on some stuff. As Murdoch just annihilated Makito. John Wayne Murdoch not wasting any time. And this match is going to be interesting as shit. Roman ain't wrestling in Berlin, right? I do Reigns. Yeah, I hesitated on that too. But The Rock shows up to reveal he's really in charge of the new bloodline. Maybe just The Rock returns on a SmackDown. You need SmackDown to have stuff.
Because baby, now we got Bad Blood. It's going to be interesting. Like, that's the thing is, now we're literally fantasy booking 2-3 months out from a situation that hasn't even happened yet.
No, but dude, we've already talked about
Mania. No, it's still great, but that's the thing is it leads you down. There's so many avenues. There's so many ways that you go with this, and literally even one little tinge, one little change can spiral off into 10 other stories.
Right. No, I mean, sorry. Trevor is wow, he is really big chop to Maki. If you are just tuning in, folks, we are watching GCW.
You call him Trevor Murdoch, John Wayne Murdoch.
John Wayne Murdoch, Trevor Murdoch. I'll take it. Hilarious. KJ and Nick want us. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to.
Yes, I do. I think I've done it a few times. We've got Maximum Male Models taking on Private Party here. I literally almost for half a second had to remind myself that it wasn't SmackDown and it wasn't, Street Profits versus Maximum Male Models. Because you can still see that working.
Right. Tonga Twins, I do not believe would be just showing up to help Nia. I'd be shocked. But who knows?
That would be a weird connect. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But then now with the briefcase, etc., now may not be the time or the place. You could do it later on. I'd be fine with it. You get a lady bloodline as well. But now it may not be the place.
See? That's not a bad shout. It's funny how things work out. But I see them if they even come over, would do.
Bro, you could literally do a whole promotion. Like, I know we've got
Yeah.
2K24 and everything like that. You could do a whole promotion that's all Samoan wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Fridays just becomes Samoan wrestling. The manager,
Samoan
the GM,
Smackdown, named on to USA Network for Samoan Smackdown.
Ava's the manager. The Rock's the champ. Everyone else is fighting over shit.
Right. Then they just air episodes of the Young Rock during commercial breaks.
Yeah, the Rock screwing over Reigns while he fights solo would have a huge impact. The Rock could beat Reigns like he did Cody at the end of a show would be crazy. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. Kind of shock you, right? They seem like they're okay. And then, Rock gives out one of those grins and just drills them. And then here we're off to the races.
But you do that at Berlin or you do that at Bad Blood? I'd rather do that at Bad Blood. Even just literally for, again,
I think even
the name.
I think Boston was even suggesting, like, and what I said earlier, throw it out like on a Friday night show.
SmackDown?
The air. I love it. Go off the air like that.
Well, it all depends on the linchpin that sets that ball in motion is what happens on Saturday. So again, make sure you're here with us because God knows what's going to happen, especially we're main eventing with a Bloodline rules match. But what comes out of Saturday is going to determine what ball is going down the Plinko board and have you when it comes to the Bloodline here.
Oh yeah, huge impact of the next few months of our wrestling watching is exactly going to play out in front of us tomorrow. A lot of things need to be figured out. And again, I mean, dude, here, like, just a weird offhand fantasy book, but like everything's been like even the case of like Cody wins, you have that moment like Roman and Cody or whatever, even if you didn't, the things that we're not even thinking about, right? Cody's in the ring and out of nowhere an RKO gets dropped on him and everybody fucking goes, berserk, ballistic.
I hear voices in my head.
It's still a possibility. Cody's about to win, retain the title. RKO.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're Cody or if you're Randy, so you're gonna fuck Cody over, so he loses the belt, the guy that you could have challenged and you were aiming to challenge for it. I get what you're saying. I get it. You could have chaos and everything.
Post match.
Well,
like Cody wins and he's celebrating.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's so many different things that we could do post match. I was going to ask the question: is this the biggest, most anticipated pay-per-view we've had for WWE since WrestleMania? We've had our bashes, we've had our clashes, we've had monies in the banks.
We've had our bashes, our clashes.
Exactly. Well, hey, sorry that they made it poetic and I just found it. But is SummerSlam the next up, like the next most anticipated, biggest premium live event since Mania?
Like SummerSlam is the biggest one since WrestleMania?
Yes, that would be the question.
100%. As it should be. I think that's by design. So 100%. And I mean, as far as anticipation goes and excitement, yeah, I'm on that WrestleMania level excitement for this one. Backlash was fun. I haven't disliked many of the PLEs overall. As Maki Ito wins,
right? How the fuck did that happen? What? So she's now
Did you just win the belt?
She won a belt. I don't know what belt. She won, I guess, the Joshi Deathmatch Championship belt. I don't know.
It doesn't even say on the listing. Hilarious. Maki Ito taking out John Wayne Murdoch. Maybe Trevor Murdoch would have done better.
Oh, God. He needed Festus. If he would have had Festus, he would have been said.
I met Cody Rhodes. Nice, Carmen. We like that. That's congratulations. Right. Do it, Anthony. Do it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. Do it. What do you get? Do it now. I know you're thinking about it.
Do I need to, call, Metro Boomin and all of that and Cody Rhodes to make you, convince you to go and get tickets to, Bad Blood, my guy? You can be our on-scene correspondent. Hey, stroke the algorithm, keep pushing this channel to the moon and everything like that, and we'll see if we can get Anthony there at Bad Blood with a media pass. You want to see Anthony out there and ask, Triple H a question or two and everything like that. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep this thing going.
Is there no chance that the Germans, Roman always goes to Saudi because the Saudis demand it? Any chance anyone else does pulls that play of all right, we really want to, we want to do a show in Berlin, but we gotta have Roman. What does it take to get Roman on the show? That kind of thing.
Yeah, and his name is Gunther, and he's going to be world champion going into it.
Okay.
You're right. I think that's your play. I mean, you've seen there's been the talk of Netflix wanting Roman on Raw because on Netflix, what have you, would be interesting. Would be really interesting if you moved the Bloodline to Netflix, which could potentially be much more of an adult storyline a little bit, or add them emphasis, them sentence enhancers, what have you, especially with one Jacob Fatu. But yeah.
Oh, here comes Matt Hardy. I was like, I recognize that music. It's funny, it was going around. It kind of made me chuckle a little. Look at our new logo. I was like, okay.
1992. Was it 82 or 92?
She won the Extreme Championship. Thank you, Jason. She's the Extreme Champion.
There we go. Hey, Ronald Mysterious showed up at GCW, by the way. He was just there in sandals and flip-flops.
Right.
Showing out Matt Hardy.
Right. Regan's convinced that they're 100% we're getting The Rock tomorrow. So we're going to have to keep that in mind.
What was those words you just said?
The Rock. They're convinced that The Rock is returning. Insiders are saying.
I missed the parts where you said Regan was saying it. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Regan. Thank you for the super chat. I guess the 0.5% is the right side somehow on this, but yeah, no, I would strongly doubt that we get The Rock tomorrow.
I really do. Is there a possibility that The Rock comes out and initially he's helpful with Roman and you're like, oh look, they're okay, they're united, and it's all
just rock bottoms his ass or something?
Down. I want to see Rock Roman. I want to see Rock do what he did to Cody to Roman. I kind of like Boston suggested. I think it works really well.
But we got time. You missed my
main event time. Another main event.
Right. Okay. Well, no, I saw Reagan saying we missed his other super chat. So I was like,
no, I got it. Fair enough. That was the last one.
No, we've got time to set up to the whole build, and especially because I think by the time we're going into WrestleMania, the main focus of WrestleMania 41 in Vegas is going to be Rock Roman. That's going to be where you got your big builds. You've got your, like we said, it's your head of the table versus your head of the board.
Yep.
That's your tagline. That's your build up.
Is it wrong? Part of me thinks that almost The Rock revealing himself as the puppet master is almost a War Games move. You have that moment where The Rock helps Bloodline 2.0 go over the OG Bloodline, and that's the surprise. That's the shock at the end of that pay-per-view, is that The Rock
and War Games with everybody. I know we just did it with Blood and Guts, but fuck it, WWE would probably do it better and actually make it make sense of everybody's all hung up on the cages and everything like that. You don't do that. Well, no, and then
you just have them laid out.
I got to one sentence into this, and you didn't even let me finish what I was saying.
Don't camp it up. You lost right in the first sentence when you said chain them up. But no.
So how are you going to have Dwayne come out there and just start laying the boots to somebody? How would you do it? You said at War Games at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
how does Dwayne come out there and start putting boots to asses?
The match would be happening and going on, like, and The Rock, if you don't have The Rock in that particular match, as far as the billing goes, The Rock would show up, enter the ring. He would only have to take out one, like hit a rock bottom or one, maybe two guys. Nobody needs to be chained to the fence because everybody's fighting or down or injured. So I think you really, that could be the moment, unless he's in the War Game match.
No, but I think you need to add into that, especially if you want him to do the beating down Roman like he did Cody. He needs to beat the piss, tar, and leather out of Roman Reigns, and you do that even if it's just fucking Roman.
You do that a week later. Again, the Cody and him already had the beef. So and again, it's just a suggestion, and I have no idea if that's what they're going to do with The Rock, because I think maybe even Bad Blood is the moment where he's like, "Ha, it's me," or I don't know. It's just a speculation. The idea that War Games, because War Games gets you closer to Rumble, which gets you closer to Mania.
I could see it as we just ended with Rampage as the Maximum Male Models picked up the win, which even Ref Aubrey hit the fucking pose with them of she said nay. But I think even if you ended, if you're going to do it at War Games, and that's a moment you could do it, that's when you think that would be the dividing line in the Civil War, what have you.
Yeah.
Hear me out before let me finish my statement before you cut me off. If you even have just Roman out there crucified, well, you cut me off there at this point last time. And then he's the one, and then The Rock comes out. And that's where he just beats the piss, tar, and leather out of him with the strap and everything like that. And this is your tribal chief. You think you call the shots. This is the head of the board. I'm the one who calls the shots, what have you. You make him the martyr.
That crucifixion
of the Roman, I guess.
That crucifixion spot would be a little bit better, a little more tolerable, and to make a little more sense. If you want to plug it that way, it could definitely work. Again, like I said, the possibilities. I do kind of like the idea that, like, oh, The Rock and Roman are still friendly, and then no, they're not. So again, I think it's some time we're gonna get it, but what do I know? Yeah, right.
Fuck you, Anthony.
Fucking hell. I'm preempted. Like, wait, I know this is gonna sound bad, but don't tell me.
You cut me off last time, so I'm gonna let me finish. Let me cook.
It's hard to cook when the opening sentences, and then we chain them to the fence. Is like, fuck.
Is that because of the Jack Perry effect, the Jesus H. Perry effect?
Probably a little bit. Like, fuck, we just did that. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
But what was by the way, we are getting huge chances.
Underway with Nick Gage versus Matthew Cuthbert Hardy.
Absolutely. Would you say AEW is improving? That's a loaded question. We could spend an hour on.
I think they try to, and then they're the sideshow Bob of they have a good job of stepping on a rake that just smashes them in the face.
I think what's happened is the people.
Cardona. Sorry.
The people they have brought in, like an Ospreay, are delivering in the ring. You have Ospreay, MJF. In that regard, it is improving. Like, you're getting really marquee matchups. The problem is the other stuff is getting worse. The Buck stuff is worse. Jericho stuff is worse. So there's a big discrepancy between the stuff that's improving and the stuff that's declining. That's why the audience is declining. Did I see the number was like 602 this week or something like that? Did I make that up? It was low as shit, I think.
It was in the sixes, maybe high sixes and everything. But yeah,
it's hard.
They're ignoring a lot of, rot around certain things to focus on what's still alive. It's like one of those of, you ever see your neighbor or whatever, everybody thinks they have a goddamn green thumb and they grow a fucking plant, what have you. They grow a strawberry patch, what have you, and they got one strawberry that's grown. And it's starting to actually turn red and everything. Meanwhile, the whole entire rest of the plant's fucking rotted, is better than a doornail, all that. But I got my one strawberry.
I got my one.
Right.
No, I mean, again, I think they're getting away. Like I said, we get arguably one of the matches of the year, one of the best TV matches we had in a long time. Maybe their best matches, one of their best matches, TV matches of all time. I think what throws me off with it all, Nick, is that, again, I think if you go back and watch last, like 2023, 2022, if you go back through their archive, which we watched every minute of AEW programming, I think it was better back then than it is now. And that's my concern as a fan.
Overall, you may have not, I'll even argue that you may have not had the same high points.
Yeah.
But you also did not have anywhere near close to the low points. And the low points are are frequent that's the thing. Of you overall had a better collective show than you would have, say, a great, a suspension worthy match between MJF and Ospreay and everything, but then it's followed up by the drizzling sugar honey iced teas for 2 weeks.
Yeah, just wet splattery mess.
Right.
No, I mean, again, you're hilarious. I mean, you're hilarious. You are, but
I am. Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
Again, it's hilarious that you can't just be honest about it. If you compare it, and even going back to the examples, you go back 4 years, Jericho was relevant. Jericho was champ or just coming out of being champ. So you had hope, optimism. The Bucks were still trying to figure out what they were going to do on a big stage. So we were kind of excited about them. Moxley had just come in. You're thinking about other people about to come in. FTR coming in early. There was a lot more optimism. The shows were filled with a lot more excitement, a lot of more, twists and turns and things to kind of dig into. I feel like we've passed that now. And I feel like it's just, at minimum, it has not progressed.
Fair enough. I don't know. I almost wanted to try and tie that into us watching Progress last weekend, but I couldn't fully make it work just because of the word progress. But we're finally underway with the two men who put the Carney in Carnival with Matt Hardy and Nick Gage here.
Right. Yeah, it took a while. We had a bit of a promo off. I don't know what happened there. Jericho needs to come back to WWE with KO. No. Could
Jericho be welcomed back to
WWE? I don't know. Would Jericho be forced to fall in line? Would he be a good little soldier if they opened the door for him to come back and say he was like, okay? Would it rehabilitate him because they can go, no, Jericho, that's
is that the pulling of life support if Jericho goes from AEW to WWE?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see him leaving AEW because of the power, the clout.
Hulk Hogan, brother.
I feel like Tony knows secrets about this man and vice versa. I don't know. I don't see it. I just feel like he's sitting pretty. He's sitting on like a princess on the perch, and I don't think he's going to give that up anytime soon.
I'm waiting for him to pull off a finger poke of doom here, but as we've been lazily and blazingly, going through Nick Gage and Matt Hardy to where they've literally just been like side shuffling around each other this whole match so far.
Yeah. Gage just what I would describe as stumbled into the guardrail. Oh, they were setting up the tope, but Gage isn't ready for it.
Like I said, this is the two guys who put the Carney in Carnival.
Like who?
Right.
Dave Meltzer gives AEW backstage incidents 5 out of 5 stars. No doubt. I figured out how to describe what's going on in SmackDown. They had McDavid, the Bloodline, the best story going in wrestling. But Raw has Pasternak, Matthews, and McKinnon. The latter is better. Strength in numbers.
Would you like to explain that for the non-hockey initiated?
He'd been sitting there typing that all night and then like editing it, and that was a long one. No, Boston, I 100% agree. Strength in numbers. Again, if you got one superstar firing, he's outnumbered. If the other side's using 3, 4, you got problems.
As we're Fighting in the barricade.
Just chops.
Oh, my guy.
Yo.
This is like this is an Ishii Jericho death match. This is what this is. It's an Ishii Jericho death match of both men are stiffer than 2x4s because they can't do worth a fuck.
You know what's funny? I was about to say to you, oh my God, Nick Gage is like really kind of, not what we remember.
Holy crap, he's a crapple.
Yeah, that's the way to put it, Nick. That's the way to put it. I was trying to find a nicer way to say he looks a little gimped up, but they literally, like, all of a sudden he's like barely jogging, but when he got 3 feet from that guardrail, he chucked himself into it.
This is why they had the pause for the match for these guys' blood pressure to go down so they could actually have the match, because god damn it, this is geriatrics fighting over the last fucking cup of pudding, I feel at this point.
Shit. Nick Gage just pulling.
We have this thing, Boston, called super chats and everything, to where you can have those expounded, characters, etc. And you might just help out the channel a little bit, just saying.
Right. But Nick Gage finding everything he can find, or pulling out everything he can find.
That's just so he can walk from one corner of the ring to the other.
Yeah,
he's pulled out chairs so he can sit down on one.
Yeah. The match is 2 minutes in and both guys staggering like they've been going for 15 minutes.
Bro, these guys are gassed like Osprey and MJF at 59, 58. And I think we're just at 8.
Yeah, shit. Oh, goes for the neck breaker. I mean, picking up pace now.
Side effect.
Jinx.
1, 2.
Insane.
Favorite Matt Hardy gimmick. Broken Matt.
Oh.
And V1. Team Extreme Matt. V1. I can slam a tornado.
Yeah, V1. I liked. He was kind of the first one to really play with the graphic and mix it up. And I used to look forward to what the graphic said. Like, he likes pepperoni pizza. You're like, fucking great.
Well, you liked Shannon Moore to where he pulled the
Shannon Moore
and he just dumped him out.
I was a huge Shannon Moore fan. I thought, like, this guy never got his shake.
Yeah, and then he became Team Inc.
Yeah.
You don't like big bucks, Matt, or anything like that?
Not as much. Not as much.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, it wasn't his best work. Broken was fun and different, and it was at one point it was the hottest thing in all of wrestling. I love it. The
kick is up and the kick is good, or that fucking steel chair just went through the uprights of Nick Gage's forehead,
right between the eyes.
Right, literally, headshot. Broken Matt Hardy, I feel like had to grow on me like a goddamn tumor.
Sorry, what?
I said Broken Hardy, I felt like had to grow on me like a goddamn tumor. I was saying V1 and everything to me, it was unique. It was his way to be outside the tag team. And I do kind of pop for the intro and everything. I'm gonna slam a tornado.
Right. He had a great
drive up the sea.
Yeah, he had a great song. I think he was a good heel, man. Like, you hated him. He was a dick.
He was good in the mid-card role there of his feud with MVP. MVP isn't as over a bit, I'd say, if it's not for his feud with Matt Hardy over the U.S. title.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Maybe less, actually. I feel like you have the same amount of characters with this. Depends
on how much you want to pay, my guy.
It goes up by the letter.
It's a pay by character service.
And again, we have no control of that. And I thought that was the funniest thing. When I did it for the first time, I was like, hey.
Yeah, pick it up with the tubes of you. Speaking of the tubes of you.
We should put a money counter on Nick's side of the on your side of the grid, and it'll give you a word count. You can start paying.
Just talk too much. Talk too much. You never shut up.
I checked. It all depends on how much. Yes, facts.
Right. Trust me. We didn't make the system. We just live in it.
Holy shit! Everyone's down, by the way.
Oh, The table broke before the table broke as soon as my voice cracked there. But Jesus, the table broke before it even got there. I'm like, that was the paper mache skateboard of doors in GCW. That thing was already just waiting to fall.
Mm-hmm. U2 LOL Y2J will want to retire in WWE and come back. CM Punk came back after having a shit on WWE. Listen, I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't know if Jericho will leave. And again, WWE is not going to use him prominently at this point. Punk came back. Punk's a different, like, Punk's a draw. Jericho's not the draw he was, but you know, they would sparingly use him. He wouldn't be getting all this fucking TV time the way he is in AEW.
Jericho is not leaving AEW. Of this man's getting paid millions and millions of dollars. This is a suplex from Gage to do fuck and all, and to care even less than that, and has no moral, high ground of no. I should actually. I want to matter in wrestling versus I'll take a payday.
Nick Gage misses, which looked painful as shit.
Reversal. Off the twist of fate. Oh, he hit it. Nick Gage hit his own twist of fate.
Yeah, shit.
Should that be a twist of meth?
Ouch. Thank you, Boston. Is Rampage still on? No, God, no. We are watching the main event of GCW. Folks, for those who are left, when we say we watch more live wrestling, we're not bullshitting. Like, we literally transitioned to our third show, because why the fuck not?
And the thing is we're sycophants that we were literally planning to watch a third show where we had two shows and we're here earlier. Katie was already here earlier for the kickoff. So we technically covered 4 shows in one day.
I heard you say you're sick of the fans. That's all I know. And that's not cool, bro. Nick Gage is better professional wrestler than Jericho. Ooh, I don't know. That's a bit of a bold statement, Rocky.
Define professional wrestler. I have a shirt that has the definition on it. In case you can't read, I can go and get it.
Cardona and Jimmy are jumping the combatants here.
What the?
Look, there you go. Super chat. Andy better be here tomorrow. Hey, well, we'll see. Oh, you guys are adorable.
Get a room.
Yeah. Slide into each other's DMs.
Yeah.
Have your side chat. And that bell loud. There you go. So Gage is fighting back. So GM Matt Hardy hits Cardona. So we're not going to get a winner in this match by the looks of it.
How are these guys, like, I dare say, and I could be wrong, ballparking close to our age and literally moving like geriatrics. Like, I understand wrestling's tough on the body, and at one point Matt Hardy's fucking pelvis was fusing to his spine. But maybe that's when you say enough's enough.
They give him a mic and the mic doesn't work. Sorry, side note.
No, trust me, I'm just more noticing of Hardy's getting a little bit of that crusty. Of like the landing strip is going, but the sides are still good. So he's a little bit, I'm waiting for the Hardy burgers and everything like that. And, Hardy land. Pause. We're going to set up a fucking tag team between Cardona and Jimmy versus Matt Hardy and Nick Gage.
It'll probably be on the new life. Announced for the pay-per-view tomorrow. Atlantic City, you and your stooge take on me and him. So the match went from a match to a run-in to a promo to now a tag match at a later date.
There's still no decision on any of this. So again, no one's going to job to the other person. So no decision, no contest.
I hope so. Matt. I think it's only fair. if you release one set of footage, you have to release them all moving forward. Anytime there's you gotta do it. Why? If you do it for one, you got to do it for all.
Yeah, because it worked so well the first time. No, I saw
Right.
the meme on this going around, but yeah, it's just the fact that this story even got out of.
It's so weird.
Well, how big of a thing is it that we already knew leaks were an issue in AEW with all the stories that got out? Now we get this that comes out. Now we get clearly the photo of Shane and TK that allegedly, from most understanding terms, wasn't ever supposed to get out. Wasn't ever supposed to be a thing. What?
Some people saying it's fake.
Who?
Oh, shit. Gage is losing his mind, just dropping F and P bombs nonstop.
I mean, the guy's gimmick is MDK. Do we really expect him to be censor friendly?
No, this is, again, just pointing out what's happening. More of a devil than her husband also doesn't make. Britt Baker seems like more of a badass than Adam Cole. I don't know if Adam Cole's ever going to wrestle again. I feel like he's another guy that's just happily collecting Tony's money to not do stuff. Britt Baker's a badass. I like Britt. What do you think, Nick?
She a devil. She a bad rebel.
That's too funny. What else? I mean, Britt Baker. Again, I want to know more. I want to know what more. I want more details. And hey, did you see Punk's quote on this whole thing?
No.
Saying about the surveillance, saying it was. I think his words were like, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was ugly. But I knew it wasn't going to help them or hurt me. So I thought, cool, being the biggest draw in two companies at the same time is pretty cool. Something akin to that. But
no, I know. I feel like I heard something like or read something around to that. And honestly, we talked about it and he said what everybody else pretty much took away from that. That's been the biggest thing with AW, and I'll say this is GCW's gone off the air, Rampage is off the air, Smackdown's off the air.
Right.
We're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for SummerSlam at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, AW has a fantastic way of shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, again, I think you have all the opportunities and it's all these situations. This is one of the last ones, as we will make last call on the chat. But if it's funny, it's Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett takes over.
Wait, what?
If Bryan Danielson retires, who hands out fines?
Oh, Aubrey.
Aubrey. Okay, we're going to Aubrey.
Yeah. What was her fucking goddamn Twitter name? I haven't had to deal with her enough yet. To everyone was pinning one Twitter account on her. But yeah, no. The good old Clydesdale Aubrey Edwards will just say nay on certain actions and hand out fines.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see. I mean, again, Brian might be done. Come out all in. He might not be done. But folks, we just under the 4 hour mark tonight. And again, SmackDown, Rampage, a little bit of GCW, but we are back at it tomorrow. And we're looking forward to it. SummerSlam is going to be a big one. 5 p.m. Eastern time, we go live. Make sure you click all the buttons. Check us out. Follow us on social where you can have private conversations and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for making us a part of your Friday. Not bad. Friday was fun, right? We're good.
Right. Because I'm ready to go. Oh. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you're able to put that full life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We got SummerSlam. See you on the flip side. Good night.